All right, a couple of things. First of all, can you hear me? All right, I need to see people in the chat to see if you can hear me. I'm in an undisclosed location. I might have some internet issues, but let's fucking go San Diego. What an incredible night. What an incredible night. So I need to see from some people right now in the chat that you can hear me, first of all, and that we're on and we're broadcasting here tonight. All right, Sarah, thank you. We're on. Jim's going to join at some point. I apologize if we have any service issues, but we're just going to fucking roll through this thing because this is a night we're going to remember for forever. Because the Padres just beat the Dodgers in this best-of-5 series to move on to the NLCS. That's what just happened. The Padres outplayed the Dodgers fair and square. They win this series. They will move on, and they will take on the Phillies in the National League Championship Series. What an incredible night. We want to hear from everyone. Get in here, obviously. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not at Jim's apartment, but I kind of wish I was, honestly. Hopefully the internet holds up. The Padres are in the NLCS. They just won one of the more remarkable games in franchise history, putting together one of the best innings in franchise history. And like we've been saying, why not the Padres? And like we've been saying, what happens in the regular season is long ago. The 111 wins, who fucking cares? That's over. One of the biggest mismatches in postseason history? No, it wasn't. If anything, I mean, the Padres didn't even need 5 games. So, this is for San Diego tonight. This is for San Diegans. I want to enjoy this with everyone. I just want to enjoy this with everyone here tonight. So make your way in, subscribe, smash the like button, follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Jim will show up at some point. I think he's on field right now. He was credentialed tonight. I asked him I sent him a link and said, hey, join me. And he said, I don't have any service. But I'm like, how do you not have any service if you just text me back? So Jim will join at some point, either from Petco, on field, maybe the clubhouse, maybe from his apartment, maybe from Relationship Girl's place. He will join at some point. Please, as always, we appreciate the memberships. If you want to click the join button, we appreciate all your memberships and your support of this channel literally from day one of this season. I mean, think about the twists and the turns, the highs and the lows, the roller coaster that this season has been. And it's not done yet. It's nowhere near done yet. In fact, you could argue there's still more work ahead of this team than they've accomplished to this point because it gets real now. National League Championship Series, the possibility of winning that against the Phillies and getting to a World Series for the first time since 1998. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm so pumped for tonight. This was an incredible game. It felt like this was destined for 5 games and they fell behind 3-0. But what carried them all series long and all postseason long, 7, 8, 9, carried them again here tonight. Against Canely, they score 3, right? They rally there in the 7th inning. And then first and third, nobody out, and Machado strikes out. And Drury pops out. And you're thinking, oh, here we go. I mean, you're able to get those 3 across, but you can't take the lead. And then Jake Cronenworth with one of the biggest hits in the history of the franchise, going all the way back over 50 years. A 2-out, 2-run RBI single, giving the Padres a 5-3 lead. And then Robert Suarez is Robert Suarez, and Josh Hader's Josh Hader. And everyone deserves credit tonight, from Peter Seidler to A.J. Preller to this team, to this coaching staff, to this fan base. The scene was surreal at Petco. Some of you were there. All of you were watching. Everyone was listening. Everyone was following along. And, tonight we're going to remember forever. I mean, we're going to tell everyone for forever about tonight. I want to get to the first super of the night. Vector, thank you for your support of this channel. All of you guys that have been here since day one, or if this is your first day here, thank you. If you're watching live or on replay, thank you. This is for you. This is for San Diego. These 2 days were surreal. The storybook possibility of Joe Musgrove finishing off the Dodgers, the San Diego Kid, happened tonight. It happened. And you might say, well, Musgrove didn't get the win. Oh, Musgrove wasn't great. He was really damn good. He kept this team in the game. He went 6 innings. It could have been worse than 2-0. And then what the bullpen did in the 7th inning, and Tim Hill to keep it at 3-0, I thought was huge. But Joe Musgrove pitching to send the Padres past the Dodgers in San Diego at Petco Park, and he gets the job done. I mean, it's an incredible story. It's a storybook ending to the NLCS for Musgrove and the Padres. Vector says, standing at Petco, and my God, it was a grand time. I mean, it just looked unbelievable. From the rally to the rain to the 9th inning, right? I mean, there's never been anything like that in the history of Petco Park. We said yesterday, how are you going to top yesterday? I don't even know what happened yesterday. I forget what happened yesterday. Blake Snell won. They went up 2-1, and I immediately was nervous for Game 4 and thinking about all the possibilities, all the stars aligning potentially for Joe Musgrove and getting Musgrove out there. And then the Dodgers with two. I mean, it was two soft runs, if we're being honest. The ball that got by Machado was a well-hit ball. He can make that play, though. But the bounding ball that Freeman hit, and I thought we were going to spend all night long talking about why they pitched to Freddie Freeman, because you could have argued it, whether that made sense or not. And Freeman hits this bounding ball down the right field line just inside first and scores 2 runs. And you're thinking that might be it. That might be the difference here tonight. But to Musgrove's credit, he did not give up another run the rest of the way. He went 6 innings against the LA Dodgers in the playoff game. That's very difficult to do. He's gone 13 innings in 2 starts against the Mets and the Dodgers, 2 100-win teams, and he's gone 13 innings and allowed 1 run. I mean, this guy's been simply brilliant. So, Vector, thank you so much for the super. Thank you, guys. As you make your way in, let's see some LFGSDs in the chat. Let's see some – I mean, whatever you want to share, let's share it. I mean, we're going to be here for forever tonight. I got nowhere to go. I got nowhere to go but to be with you all. And it's almost surreal. You can kind of hear it in my voice. I mean, it's like I don't even know how to process it all. I'm just taking it in. I've had this feeling before as a sports fan where to some extent you're almost at ease a little bit. You know, the nerves will come when the Phillies series and the NLCS and the stakes are raised. But right now I'm just at ease because I'm so happy with what this team has accomplished on field and the way they've kind of held their ground and stood steady from that night in the desert where Bob Melvin was critical of his team to today. That 180 that's occurred, the hire of Bob Melvin and Ruben Niebla, the trade deadline, the Soto moment that we've waited for. He had a couple of big moments late, including a game-tying single, and he hit the ball hard all night long. The Josh Hader turnaround from August to September into October. I mean, all of these storylines. You know, I don't really want to spend the night talking about the Dodgers, but for Dave Roberts to say in March that his team was going to win the World Series and for his team to cruise to 111 wins and for them to get beaten by a team that didn't win a series against them all year long, well, guess what? The Padres won the series that mattered this year against the Dodgers, and it was in the National League Championship Series. It wasn't in June or in May. So, okay, thank you, guys. Gaucho, thank you. I know you're a big fan of John and Jim. I know you're in here on the wrap-up show as well. This is a class act, so thank you for saying that. LA fan here. Congrats to the Padres. Got it done. You know, I give you credit for saying that. I mean, fair is fair. Padres outplayed the Dodgers. They did. I heard it in the voices of the Dodger players last night. I went to Twitter last night, and I was on the Twitter feed of Michael Duarte. I'm not sure who he works for in LA, but he had all these videos from inside the clubhouse with the Dodgers, and I watched them all, and I watched them intently, and I watched them over and over again. And what I saw was a team that was questioning themselves. I heard it in the voice of Mookie Betts, who talked about how good San Diego was playing. I heard it from Trey Turner last night. I think I heard it from Tony Gonsolin as well. And their words to me mattered. What they were saying to me, I thought was going to carry over into Game 4. They were unsure of themselves. They had not been tested all year long. All year. They hadn't faced adversity for a year. And all of a sudden, they were thrust into adversity. That's difficult to do as a human being, okay? So this team did everything well. I'm talking about the Dodgers, but face adversity. And where the Padres perform well is they were able to handle the ups and downs of a season, the highs and the lows, almost inherent to any baseball team over the course of 162. And it benefited them. They were battle-tested. And in big moments, they made more plays, right? They came through in bigger spots than the Dodgers. They did it fair and square. Their starting pitching was better. Their bullpen was better. Their timeliness offensively with situational hitting and clutch hitting was better. And the Padres win tonight. So thank you again, Gaucho. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you here. Is it Mochi Mai who says, we did it, boys. What a game. Through 5 was looking rough. We stuck it out and showed our determination. Hashtag LFGSD. Enjoy this. This is all about enjoying. This is all about celebrating. If I had something to be drinking right now, I would. I wish I did. I'm sure Jim later will have a bottle of champagne. And there's going to be a lot to dissect over the next couple of hours and the next 24 hours and 48 hours. And what I love even more about this as I look ahead, folks, what I love even more about this is you could pitch Yu Darvish in Game 1 against the Phillies. Now, Phillies will be rested. They won in 4 against the Braves. You got the 5 seed and the 6 seed meeting in the National League to get to the World Series. Who would have ever thought? Atlanta, defending champs. LA Dodgers, 111 wins. Who would have ever thought? But that's why they play. That's the beauty of sports. If it was easy as to say, well, the Padres can't beat the Dodgers. They've lost 14 of 19 this year and 23 of 28 going back to 2021. If it was easy as saying, well, they just can't do it, then why even play the games? How many times have I said that to you, to the wrap-up show, or said it to Jim on the radio or on YouTube? What happens with baseball is a couple of things. It is a intersection of time and place. Just because you weren't playing well in July, or just because you are playing well in July, has no impact on what happens in August or September or October, right? It just doesn't. There's so many factors at play. The bounce of a ball, the health of your team, the confidence, the motivation, everything, the stakes, right? Everything. So, listen, the Padres outplayed the Dodgers when it mattered most, and the Dodgers are going home, and they can think about it over the course of the next half year or whatever it is until the start of 2023. And for the Padres and for Padres fans, dream big, because we know it's on the line. And the job is not finished. While it is against the Dodgers, the job is not finished. I even go back to a year ago when the Dodgers beat the Giants in that unbelievable back and forth NLDS, and a lot of people believe that took a lot out of the Dodgers, and the Braves then got by them in the NLCS. This is a little bit of a different series because it's a 4-game series, and I thought the Padres just outplayed the Dodgers. If you look at it, they deserve to win it. I don't know how much they outplayed them, but they deserved it, and they did outplay them. If you were watching these games, can the Padres put this series behind them as they look ahead? I think they will ultimately be able to, but obviously this is a big deal for the San Diego Padres to knock out the LA Dodgers in the series. The best Dodgers team in franchise history, going back to Brooklyn, the 4th most wins in the history of baseball. This 111-win team, that's a sweet, sweet feeling. That's something that's going to stick with San Diego for forever. It's going to stick with the Dodgers in defeat for forever as well. David Vassay from Dodger Talk was on with us on the radio on San Diego Sports 760 this week, and he said, if the Padres beat the Dodgers, it'll be a historic upset. I questioned that immediately because I didn't think that was fair based on where the Padres were as a team right now. Starting pitching, depth of lineup, and bullpen. And what I saw this past weekend or a week ago at Citi Field, I get it, 22 games in the standings is a lot of games, but I wasn't overly concerned about it because of what I saw at Citi Field from the Padres. I thought they were taking confidence with them, momentum with them. I thought they had enough starting pitching, even though they weren't able to be on perfect rest. And they had to pitch Mike Clevenger in one of those games. I thought it was going to be a series. We said it from day one. It was absolutely going to be a series. David Vassay said it would be a historic upset. Listen, it probably is going to be judged as that, as seen as that. But I think if you've been watching the Padres over the last month, it's not overly surprising that they put themselves in a position to win the series. And I said that going into the series, so that's not hindsight. And obviously, with the benefit of hindsight, we were accurate. All right, back to Gaucho. Thank you. He says, as a Dodger fan, I'm crushed. As a baseball fan, no complaints. The drama, the tension. This is why we all love this time of year. Congrats, Padres. Thank you again, Gaucho. I'm sure Padres fans do appreciate that. I'm sure they do. Faye, thank you. Faye's a longtime viewer of this channel. I know that we're going to have a lot of people with us on replay. I know people are partying. I know people are still inside Petco Park. By the way, if you see something that I should be seeing, please let me know. It's hard as a one-man band, honestly, to see the chat and communicate with you guys. But if there's something I need to see, please make me aware, and I'll try to get to it. Obviously, the tweets are flooding in on social media. I'm trying to do a show. The Padres are going to the NLCS. My mind's everywhere. So thank you, Faye. Thank you, guys. Again, please, as you make your way in, live or on replay, you have to subscribe. You have to smash the like button. Please follow me on Twitter at John Schaefer. Thank you for the supers. It is a great way to support this channel, especially on a night like tonight when the Padres send out the Dodgers in 4 games, ending their season, moving on to the NLCS. We appreciate the memberships as well. You'll get the emojis and the badges, and a great way, again, to support the channel. All right, Vincent, thank you for the super. Do appreciate your support of the channel. Jake, by the way, awesome meeting you yesterday. Jake made his way from Phoenix area to game 3. He drove in. It was like a 6-hour drive. He drove out after the game. So you talk about a good fan. You talk about someone that's living and dying, like truly invested. Jake, congratulations to you. 8 wins left. LFG, biggest celebration of my life. There's no question about that. And listen, one of us has to be here with you. At some point, I want to celebrate this. I'm celebrating it with you all tonight. Jim is celebrating this by who the hell knows what he's doing. But listen, the wrap-up show, which we do essentially every day of the year, is not taking any time off following the biggest series win in modern Padres history, at least in the last 25 years. I mean, the Padres are going to the NLCS for the first time since 1998. And the Padres just won a series from the Dodgers in the postseason for the first time ever. And they knocked out a team with 111 wins. It's unbelievable, is what it is. So, Jake, thank you for your support of this channel. Congratulations as a Padre fan. It was awesome to meet up with you yesterday in the Gas Lamp or in the East Village right across from Petco at the Blind Burrow. I can't believe that was only yesterday. It's been a crazy 36 hours. Do want to tell you about our partners, by the way. This isn't possible without Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, who I've been talking to all night. He was there tonight without the support of Will at Aura, amazing Padres fan. We've been texting all night long. Omar Sanchez, loansbyomar.com. Omar's a huge Padres fan. Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. This is for all Padres fans, for our partners, for anyone in the chat tonight. We hope you can enjoy it with us as we're just getting started. All right, Joel, thank you for the super. He says, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Joel. Let's get some birthday emojis or happy HBDs in the chat for Joel right now. He says, the Padres beat the Dodgers to get to the NLCS. Let's go. Got new Padres gear. I'm so stoked. LFGSD. It's just unbelievable, Joel. I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's a lot of places to go with this game. But I think I'd prefer by just celebrating and enjoying it and hearing from fans and where they're watching from tonight or where they were tonight or what they're doing right now. There's a lot to get into when it comes to the game. The rally, I think a lot of people probably thought, you're watching on TV, this Dodgers bullpen, there's going to be a game 5. And is Yu Darvish going to pitch on 3 days rest for the first time in his career as a starter? And are the Dodgers going to take momentum with them to the postseason? To do it against the Dodgers bullpen, a couple of things. I thought Dave Roberts made 2 critical mistakes. Everyone in the chat right now feels the same way. Why on earth did Tyler Anderson leave the game after 5 innings? Great as a Padres fan. I mean, I absolutely loved it. It made 0 sense. This is philosophically their strategy. They want 5 innings from their starters because their bullpen has been so good, including this year. Okay, so you get 5. They go to, where do they go? Chris Martin, who's been very good. He works a scoreless inning. So to that point, flawless, right? They then go to Canely to start the 7th inning. They don't go, let me see what they ended up doing. Let me pull it up on my phone. But they start the inning with Canely, which I thought was a little bit of a curious decision. And what happens is, well, Canely can't get out of the inning and, allows all 3 he faces to reach, maybe face 4. But they then bring Almonte in. I mean, Almonte's been brilliant. So, again, it's the benefit of hindsight. But Almonte, Vesia, Phillips have been so good. And they start the inning with Canely. So they're trying to cover 4 innings, where I think on a night like tonight, you don't need to cover more than 3 innings. And if you're only covering 3 innings, Canely never pitches in this game, in all likelihood. So I thought that was a critical mistake. The 2 critical mistakes. Tyler Anderson not going more than 5 innings, and then the way he managed his bullpen here tonight. Again, it's great. Padres benefit. I'm all for it. But holy moly, he'll be second-guessed for forever. And this team will be questioned for forever. How about the dumb editorial in the LA Times today? If there's ever a year there shouldn't be a playoff, this is the year, but the Dodgers are so damn good. That is the stupidest, I want to curse, and I've cursed a lot over the last 48 hours. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. The Dodgers are so good, they've earned their way to not play in a postseason, even though they've been playing postseason baseball for 150 years. Come on. Give me a break. All right, thank you, Joel, and happy birthday again. Thank you, Toby, for your super. Thank you all for hanging out. Toby says, sorry, guys, I was watching at home and didn't throw on my Kim jersey until the 7th inning. My bad for the slow start. Bad juju, LFGSD. I think it's going to be remembered like this, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's going to be remembered that Jay Cronenworth had this massive hit. Juan Soto had a moment that we've been waiting for. And I hope the Ha-Seong Kim double isn't buried. That bouncing ball down the third base line that went all the way into the corner by the tarp. I mean, that was an unbelievable moment for Ha-Seong Kim, who had done nothing in the game. I mean, without that, you wonder, that's the match that lights it, right? Without that, do you ever even get in a position for Soto, for Cronenworth? You have to ask yourself that. So there's some critical moments. There's And there's more than that. I mean, there's the leadoff walk in the 7th inning. There's Grisham's at bat with the single. I mean, just go relive the 7th inning. I mean, the 7th inning was a thing of beauty. It was what we've talked about here recently, how this isn't a collection of individual parts. They're playing like a team. They're playing cohesively like a unit, like they're all trying to pick each other up. Never more evident than that 7th inning, and maybe never more evident than after you get 3 runs in and you have Manny Machado at the plate, first and third, nobody out, he strikes out, and then Brandon Drury, first pitch swinging, pops out on the infield, and a nice play by Freddie Freeman reaching over into the Padres dugout. Then Jake Cronenworth comes through. Here's the other thing that's going to be second-guessed, obviously, is that with the count 1-0 on Cronenworth, they went from Almonte to Vesia. Now, I get it. Vesia had been good against Cronenworth, but mid-sequence, they go from Almonte to Vesia, and it completely backfires. And Cronenworth rips the single up the box. Soto got an amazing jump off second. He scored easily. Earlier, Soto had stolen second because they just, I don't even know. I mean, they weren't paying attention to him or they didn't want to vacate their position. And the Padres got that insurance run, which obviously is huge. There would have been a difference in the feel if it was 4-3 as opposed to 5-3. So there's a zillion things that happen in this game that if you're a Dodger fan will be second guessed for forever. And if you're a Padres fan, it's just lightning in a bottle and just what makes the sport so beautiful that this can happen. And sometimes it benefits you and sometimes it works against you. And tonight it benefited the Padres. Everything that happened late was a thing of beauty for San Diego, just a thing of beauty. All right, so thank you again, Toby. Robert, thank you for the super. He says he called it. Momentum was everything. Look around baseball here with the momentum, okay? You got the Phillies who played the wild card round, knocking out the Braves. You got the Padres who played the wild card round, knocking out the Dodgers. Yeah, Houston played very well against Seattle, winning today in like 500 innings. You got the Yankees facing elimination out in Cleveland, out 2-1. There's a chance where 3 teams that played in the wild card are in championship series, 3 out of 4, which means there's a scenario where the World Series participants both played the wild card round. I mean, that's amazing. Now, is it coincidence, or is there something to be said about needing to play your best baseball to get in? And once you're in, you're fighting for your life in that initial best of 3 series while the other team is just having nice dinners and working out and playing golf. Like, I think there's something to be said about a sport that is played on the regular and daily that you don't want 5, 6, 7 days off. Padres will absolutely take the next couple of days off, considering they just got through the LA Dodgers, and they'll try to avoid a letdown against the Phillies. Although you can say the same thing about the Phillies. They just beat the defending world champs and a team that they go toe-to-toe within their own division as well. So it's going to be very interesting. And isn't this amazing? I remember saying this 8 or 9 days ago when the postseason started. Hey, listen, root for the Phillies because you never know if you're going to get a 5-6 NLCS. And if you get that, you get home field. And I don't care about, well, they're not as good of an offense at home and, oh, they've struggled at home. This is for San Diegans. This is for people here in the wrap-up show, right? This is for you and I. This is for us to enjoy. We don't get to enjoy this type of moment as sports fans in the city all that often. I want the additional home games. I want the Game 1 celebration. I want the hoopla. I want it all. And I want it to start here in San Diego, and that's what we're going to get, which is just unbelievable. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Justin, as well. I'm going to try to catch up here in the chat. Thank you guys for the supers. Great way to support this channel. Keep them coming. Padres over the Dodgers tonight to win the National League Division Series. And the Dodgers are out of October despite winning 111 games in the regular season, the second most wins in National League history, the most wins in Dodgers history. Padres didn't really care. Padres took care of business. They did so in a team effort, starting pitching, bullpen, timely hitting, 7, 8, 9. Everyone played a role. Justin, LFGSD, waited 24 years for this moment. Let's give Cronenworth a nickname, Jake Cronenballs. He literally saved our season, man. I mean, that was amazing. And how about Cronenworth yesterday had a 2-out single to get things going in that 2-1 win? Obviously, this was way bigger and will be remembered forever. I mean, this is a moment. Even if you win the World Series this year, this is a moment that will be remembered forever, along with moments that are still to come. That's the beautiful thing about the postseason. We don't know what's still in front of this team, what memories they can still create for us as well. But this Cronenworth thing, I don't even care how the season ends. I mean, we do, of course. But my point is this. No matter how the season ends, that will be remembered among the great moments in the history of the franchise. End of sentence. Cronenworth's rocketed single up the box that gave the Padres a lead against the Dodgers and proved that the Dodgers are not invincible will be forever a part of Padres lore. And it's a thing of beauty. And it was just a spectacular moment. I couldn't believe it. It was like one of those unbelievable feelings. Just a real kind of out-of-body experience to see that inning. The best inning of the year in the biggest moment of the year. That's good baseball. And that's a credit to this team. It really is. So thank you again, Justin. Thank you so much, Sal, who says LFGSD. On to the NLCS. Thanks for doing the show for us, John and Jim. Yeah, absolutely, Sal. I mean, this is for Padres fans. And I know I see the numbers increasing. Please, if you're here tonight, and again, I'm doing the solo show, and hopefully Jim joins later, if you wouldn't mind sharing this link on social media to get people in, because I know there's people downtown. I know that it's a celebration everywhere. I can only imagine what these Village in the Gas Lamp is like right now. I can only imagine it. And I haven't been on social media, so I kind of feel blinded to what's happening because I'm not on social media right now. I'm scrolling actually right now to see what I'm missing. But I don't even know where I was with what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, Sal, thank you. Of course, we're here for you guys. And again, I think, I know what I'm saying. If you're here, if you wouldn't mind sharing on social that we're doing this right now, I think we can get some people in here. And of course, people will be here on replay as well. But everyone's just out enjoying it. I mean, Saturday night, Dodgers are out. Padres are moving on to the NLCS. Padres are partying in the clubhouse. I mean, this is utter insanity is what it is. It's utter insanity is what it is. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up in the chat. Thank you, Sean, for your support. He says, #LFGSD, first-time donation. Thank you, Sean. It means a lot. It really does. I admit I was a hater tonight. Sorry, fans. I love my Padres from Iowa. Love John and Jim, #LFGSD. We love you. I mean, seriously, everyone that's been here, whether it's your first time here, or you've been here all year, or you're in and out, depending on your lives, we all get it. We really appreciate it. And we love you too. Seriously, Sean, really appreciate that. This is just, I can just imagine where people are watching from right now. I know that some people probably have me up at a bar. Some people are watching, in San Diego tonight. Other people around the country, like Sean, who's in Iowa. We've got viewers every single night in Mexico and Canada and Korea and Japan. And we have people that replay it in Australia and New Zealand. How do I know? Because I can see it. So, I mean, it's for so many people. So many people have had this franchise touch them in some way. And by and large, it's brought them a lot of heartache, right? But you still love them because it's your team. That's the beauty of fandom. You can never abandon the team that you root for. You just can't. You always come back to them, right? It's like your child. There's days where you can get angered or frustrated or saddened or disappointed or whatever it is, but you can never abandon them. And and it pays off on days like today and on weeks like this week and on months like this month and maybe on years like this year. It pays off, the whole keep the faith mentality. You never know. You never know when lightning's going to strike. You never, ever know when lightning is going to strike. And it did tonight, almost literally, with the rain falling at Petco Park. I mean, just unbelievable. I love this, Renee. Absolutely. Absolutely thinking about Tony Gwynn tonight. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. Who's had some of the biggest moments in the history of this franchise and would be enjoying this like all Padres fans here tonight if he was still with us. So thank you for that, Renee. Trying to catch up here. Thanks, guys. Nick says it was all a dream, but it wasn't. LFGSD, right? My signage typically, not tonight, with family tonight. Crazy weekend for me. Absolutely bizarre weekend for me. But this is not about my weekend at all. This is about celebrating with Padres fans tonight. Yeah, it's not. I mean, how many times have I said radio, YouTube, when they made the Soto trade and they went all in, Soto, Bell, Hader, Drury, okay? When they went all in, how many times did I say, enjoy these moments? They aren't forever. You got to wrap your arms around it. And it's not going to be perfect because it's baseball. We can't just say you trade for Juan Soto and you win 3 straight World Series, although you never know, okay? Because they're still alive to win one right now. But we don't know what's going to come in the future. We don't know what's even going to happen Tuesday night against the Phillies. But we can dream, we can hope, we can enjoy, we can rally around, and we can savor, and we can appreciate. And that's what we've all done. Listen, have we second guessed. Have we been critical? Yeah, but that's what fandom is. We should be fans. We should know that if we've been rooting for this franchise for 50 years or for 30 or for 15 or for 5 or for 1 or for 1 day, is that these moments are not guaranteed, okay? They're just not guaranteed. Even for a franchise like the Dodgers, they're not anointed a World Series berth because they won 111 games. They're not guaranteed an appearance in the National League Championship Series. So that's the beauty of this. I mean, that's just the beauty of this, that you know that, time is fleeting, right, to some extent. Maybe the older I get, the more I think about that. These are memories. So it's just crazy night. All right, let's get back to the chat. Here. Who knows what Jim is doing? Has anyone heard from Jim on social media? I have no clue what Jim is doing. I imagine he's in the clubhouse drenched. I imagine he is. That's how I'm envisioning it, but I have no clue. If Jim joins this chat, it's going to be around 2 a.m. would be my guess. Somewhere around 2 a.m. Gotcha. Thank you again. He says Tim Hill is Game 4's MVP. It could have gotten away in the 7th inning. He kept the Padres within reach. Bullpen allowing only 1 run was huge. How about the bullpen allowing 1 run in the series? And that is a great point. Tim Hill plays a huge role. Thank you again, Gotcha. 3 a.m. in Brazil, and Felipe's with us. Felipe, thank you, man. Thank you. Really. And congratulations. Enjoy it. Enjoy, Felipe. How can you sleep? Forget about tomorrow. It's Sunday, right? Michael, thank you, man. Seriously. Thank you guys for everything you do for us fans. Please. Are you kidding? Please. It's our pleasure. Seriously. Honestly. It is. It's our pleasure. Before we continue with the supers, there's some unbelievable supers that have rolled in. I mean, there's just some unbelievable supers. And I'm just going in order, guys, because it's the only way I know how to do it. And I'm solo tonight, but I see some of these supers that are coming in, and I'm so grateful, and so is Jim. So we're so thankful to be with you here tonight. I do need to mention, and I want to mention, the support of Mark Nimitz and Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor. Please get in contact with Mark on Monday just to congratulate him as well, because here's a lifelong Padres fan. His website's down below. Could you just get in contact with Mark? Please contact him and congratulate him. He's got an email address right here. He's got a phone number right here on the website. Please congratulate him because he loves this team. He loves this city. He loves what he does. He's a great insurance agent, auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. Mark's your guy. I've got my homeowners and my earthquake insurance. I've known Mark for probably the last 18 months or so. He's just a great, great individual. He's a great insurance agent. He's a huge Padres fan. And for a moment, I think he'd say, forget about insurance for a second. Just give him a call or shoot him an email. Or get in contact with him on social media. Just find him on Twitter and say congratulations, Mark, because he's been with us from day one, just like you've been with us since day one. I don't even know if this channel gets off the ground without Mark. So if you have insurance needs, please get in contact with Mark. He could save you $750. But if you're just a Padres fan and you just want to celebrate with someone and you just want to have someone else enjoy this with you and you just want to make someone's day, please get in contact with Mark. Seriously, for me, for Jim, email him, tweet him, call him, text him, whatever you can do. Congratulate him. He can save you $750 on your insurance. The next time you have your insurance and you need to renew it, don't renew it. Call Mark, please. He'll save you money. And he's a great insurance agent. He has saved my family literally thousands of dollars. Thank you, Mark, title sponsor of the wrap-up show. Congratulations, Mark. Enjoy this here tonight. All right, back to it, folks. Back to it. Padres are going to the National League champion. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the line. Hold the motherfucking line. Fucking go.
Dude.
What the fuck is going on?
Why did you schedule this for 12:15 a.m.?
It's hard to explain, but I could if it makes sense.
Can I change it?
Yeah, I don't know how to change it, dude.
It says I can't. It's already live. That's why I don't have everyone's out freaking out right now.
That's why probably people are still waiting to get in here. Dude, that's why I emailed you earlier. I texted you earlier because I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, that's fucking go. Fucking go.
Okay. Dude, there's so many people here. I want to hear about how tonight was, and I want to know what happened post-game. Where you've been.
Wait, what?
Where were you post-game?
So I went down to the field. Well, I didn't get on the field, but I went down to where Rich was at,
Gotcha.
front
Yeah,
row, and I had to be with the people, man. I had to be.
Dude, you should be. Dude, absolutely. I thought you might join us. I'm not kidding. I thought maybe in an hour. You join us like an hour from now.
Dude, legitimately, like I couldn't. I tried to join from inside the park, but there was literally no service. I could not get any service. I posted a video that took like 20 minutes to post.
Dude,
what is happening? I can't keep up. What the fuck?
I don't know because I'm I don't even know what to say. I said earlier, Jim, it's almost like there's a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. You know that feeling as a fan where it's just like, now I know the job's not finished, but you just got through the Dodgers and you did it. You earned it. You won it fair and square. And it's like there's this sense of relief. Like San Diego deserves this. This baseball team earned it. The Dodgers are done and the Padres are moving on. It's just a beautiful thing.
Literally,
it's just a beautiful thing.
Here's the thing. It's not just Padres fans that are freaking out right now. It felt to me like every fan base rallied around the Padres here. If you're not a fan of the Padres, that's
because
fine.
Everyone hates the Dodgers.
But everyone fucking hates the Dodgers. And tonight, literally, the night that it felt, I mean, I was sitting next to Marty and Bob Scanlon the whole time in the press box. And I'm thinking to myself, for the first 6 innings of that game, it's like they're just too many things happened tonight that you felt to yourself, it's just not their night. Like Freeman and Trace Thompson making the plays that he did, the goal that got by Machado, having all these chances, Tyler Anderson's fucking shoving. And you know what I did?
Yeah, you're right.
So here's what happened. I'm taking full credit for this. I don't give a shit, but I'm very superstitious. The entire night, I was sitting in my seat next to Marty. I was in my chair. In the seventh, before the seventh inning, the bottom of the seventh, I got up and I went to the bathroom. I was in there for 2 runs in the bathroom.
You were in the bathroom? What were you doing?
Standing there listening to the broadcast on the speaker in the press box. Then, as soon as they scored that second run, I was like, I got to watch this. I watched the Soto at bat live, and that was fucking incredible. And then Jake Cronenworth, oh my God. Jake fucking Cronenworth, bro. What, like,
dude,
the play?
I'm not talking about clutch. Okay, wait, stop for 1 second because we need to discuss this. And guys, we see the support that's coming in tonight is
what is
unbelievable.
happening? Oh my God. Oh my God.
So we're going to get to them all. We might be here for hours. No joke. It could be hours and hours and hours. So stay with us. And if you miss us, giving your super a ridiculous shout out, come back and watch this thing on replay tonight. We see this absurdly generous super that just rolled in that we will get to. Real quick, Jim.
Okay.
When it was 1-0, who the fuck was pitching?
Almonte?
And they took Almonte out for Vesia to Cronenworth. I mean, that's a move that will be second-guessed for forever.
Not only that move, John, but the move to take out Tyler Anderson at 85 pitches.
After 5 innings. I talked about that earlier.
Are you kidding me?
But that's listen, I could care less. People kill Dave Roberts. It's fine.
Good.
I could care less. I mean, they'll ask him, they'll want to fire him. He won 111 games. I could care less. I could care less about the Dodgers. I'll say this. That's who they are as an organization. All they do is get 5 innings out of guys, and then they piecemeal it together with their bullpen, right? That's what they do. 5 and dive.
Here's the thing. Like, they couldn't touch Tyler Anderson if they fucking even tried. It just wasn't. It was one of those nights that you're like, yeah, that they can't hit, And with with this team's history at home this year, being down as many runs as they were, I know it was only 3 runs, and we'll also talk about the big moment with Tim Hill.
It feels like 300 in the postseason when you're facing the Dodgers bullpen.
Yeah, you're like, there's no fucking coming back from this. You just don't have it tonight, and this is going to go to Game 5, and that shit's going to hit the fan. But I'll tell you what, the way that this team made sure the bullpen. Now, Steven Wilson was a disaster, but a lot of credit here, and he's not going to be talked about, is fucking Tim Hill getting out
of that spot.
Because that could have been the moment that the Dodgers finally opened it, like busted wide open. That you're like, here we go, 5-0 in the 7th, game over. It's not happening. And then from that moment to the bottom of the 7th, with the bottom of the order, with fucking Grisham and Nola and Profar, and then get to the top of the order, and then the Kim double, and then fucking Soto having that moment, and then Jake fucking Cronenworth with 2 outs. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
How about the Soto steal of second, and then that's the insurance run?
Walked, dude. He
I know, so
literally
funny.
shuffled to second base.
So funny. He's such a character. How about his hit? How big was that spot?
Dude, I've been like, what have we been talking about? We've been talking about a Soto moment.
Let's get through some supers, dude. We have to.
Oh my God, we're gonna be here forever. I love it.
Well,
fucking love it. Fucking
listen,
go.
I got nowhere to fucking go. I'm not kidding. I mean, I have in fact, there's nowhere I'd rather be than spending the next few hours talking to Padres fans after they beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. And this will be a moment that will forever be etched into the histories of these franchises. Simple as that. This is a cross section in time where the Padres just beat the Dodgers in the playoff series, and who knows what happens from here? Who knows?
I'm telling you.
Jake, thank you. Let me just read this real quick.
Okay.
Let's get on the screen. I can't believe I got to see the Magic last night. We thank Jake for, remember yesterday, Jake drove from Phoenix and drove back all in one day.
Jake, dude, thank you for showing up. Thank you for meeting us. Great to meet you.
Dude, so
I know you had a fucking blast last night, and tonight was even better to celebrate that, man. Jake, you're the fucking best, bro.
Let me read this real quick. Plum Bob. Love that name. Thank you for the
that.
super. Call me bandwagon or whatever. I just started watching baseball this season, but a big football guy. And during the season, Padres caught my eye. Now I'm here. Well, that's incredible, dude. You joined at the right time. I don't know if you've seen the history of the franchise. There's not a lot of nights like tonight. A few.
Yeah, there's you can count them
century.
on literally one hand.
Two.
You can count them on 3 fingers.
Yeah, it's like beating Atlanta in '98, going through the Cubs in '84,
and tonight.
And
then honestly, John, you have to put Sunday in there as well.
Sunday was incredible.
Elimination game in New York. John,
last night, Jim was a great night.
First night in Petco, you know, you look at what has happened in just less than 7 days with this franchise. Think about that. Less than 7 days.
No. Hold on. Today's Saturday night. It's been 8 nights. Started Friday. Okay.
No. I'm talking about from last Sunday to now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say from the start of the postseason.
No.
What's happened in the last 8 days?
Yeah. No, 8 days, 5 days, 6 days, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it has been it's been moment after moment after moment. One, you get the moment with Joe Musgrove and the ear and the Kenny Powers, right?
Wait, I forgot about that.
But then in game 2 at Dodger Stadium, every Padres fan now, the goose is your god. The goose is your god. The goose is the rally monkey 2.0.
Can I give you some? Okay, I'm about to do something for a buddy of mine that I'm just going to do it. Hold on. But yeah, keep talking.
And everything that this team has done in the last 8 days has completely galvanized a city. It has made everybody go fucking insane. And this is really, I don't do math, John. 26 years it's been since 98.
You're an idiot. That's 24 years.
Sorry, 24 years since 1998. It has been 24 years of built up emotions that have now finally been released. I mean, I talked to some people tonight, John, that were fans, and I'm not kidding you. Like, yes, now it's like, go finish the fucking job. All right. You've slayed the dragon. You've beat the Dodgers. Go finish the fucking job and win the World Series. But
that's exactly right. Because it's a lot like, there's a lot of examples of this. You get through like this crazy series and then you're unable to get through the rest of it. I mean, last year, even the Dodgers beating the Giants in 5 and then losing to the Braves. I talked about it earlier, but there's a zillion examples of this in sports history where you get this huge win, but then you don't fully finish the job, you know?
Yes, but I do. And I 100% agree with that. Go finish the fucking job.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was saying is I talked to some fans that were like, dude, honestly, if the Padres win tonight, the rest of the postseason's gravy because you beat the fucking Dodgers. It's different. It's a different feeling.
You know, listen. Yes, Jim. Yes, but no. I want something the city's never had.
I agree.
The city's never had.
Like,
so,
this is
It's like
This is
like I want to get greedy. It's the ultimate get greedy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get
Absolutely.
okay. I want to do something real quick because you brought it up to Goose. Shout out to the Chihuahuas, okay, for the Rally Goose cap that they've already put on their team store. So
Shut the fuck
El
up.
Paso Chihuahuas have a Rally Goose cap. It's not available until March. It says March delivery, but whatever. It's fucking creative. They're working with the San Diego company, Brandios, that I used to work with when I worked in the minor leagues. Did you know I worked in the minor leagues? So shout out to Brandios and the Chihuahuas for turning that around. You can find that, by the way, at rallygoosecap.com. Okay, now it's not available until March. Not going to get it until March, but rallygoosecap.com. Pretty cool, right?
Dude, I want that hat right now.
I know. That's the thing. You can't have it now, but well done, Brandios and the Chihuahuas. Okay, let's run through a couple supers here. Nick, thank you. He says, what do I even do the next 2 days? Okay, here's what I do, Nick, if I'm you. I stay on my phone for 48 hours and I just look for amazing content of like amazing Padres things. Manny Machado's and Joe Musgrove, and looking for pitching matchups and consuming Padres and Phillies related stuff and getting ready for game one and figuring out where you're going to watch the game of the gas lamp, or all those things. Like, do all the things you need to do as a fan. Fan out over the next 2 days. Fan out.
This is like, here's the thing. Job is not finished.
It's just not.
Job's not finished, but tonight, tomorrow night.
Tonight is about celebrating.
You fucking rage like you've never raged before. Seriously. This is a night that you will never forget. This is a night we'll never forget. This is a night that will be remembered forever. All the receipts.
Oh my God. There's a lot of old takes exposed.
All the receipts, fucking bring it on.
Oh,
Dodgers.
There's a few thousand probably.
Never, ever again will the Dodgers fans be able to talk shit to Padres fans, because guess what? This tonight, it's not a rivalry.
Yeah,
this fucking ended that. Ended it. Done.
Alex, thank you. He says Manny versus Harper, Nola versus Nola, 89 wins against 87 wins, LFG. Yeah, and by the way, I talked about earlier, Jim, the stupid, absurd opinion piece in the LA Times that the Dodgers are so good, if there's ever a team that shouldn't have to play in the playoffs, it's them, is the dumbest thing. I've read a lot of very dumb things. I mean, a lot. And I'm not kidding when I say it's the dumbest thing that's ever been written in sports, that the Dodgers are so good, they shouldn't have to play in the playoffs. That is the stupidest cop-out I've ever heard in my life. And that's all I have to say about that. For that to be printed in the LA Times is ridiculous.
I do have to say that I saw Bill Plaschke tonight.
Was he booing in the bathroom?
He had tears in his eyes. He was upset.
He's a clown.
I saw a lot of, you know what I also did see? I saw a lot of LA media tonight. Instead of watching the Dodgers game, they're watching USC football. Just saying. Like, that's all you need to know. There was probably, I want to say 60 to 70% of the LA media in that press box tonight. They weren't even watching the Padres game.
Yeah, because they knew the Dodgers were going to win. It was going to go 5. And then
they were watching the fucking USC game.
Dude, some of the stuff that was said over the last week. Oh my God, about this series.
I can't wait tonight.
It's amazing.
I don't know how long we're going here, but I can't wait to just look at all of the receipts and just see every fucking Dodger fan be crying. It's going to be fucking amazing. By the way, there's a troll that follows me. His name is Matt. And I remember, worst. And he DMs me all the time. He is going to get so much shit for me. It's going to be great. Fucking hilarious.
I think I might have actually. I remember he said something to me. I'm like, I'll mute you, or you can mute me, or I'll just block you. So I don't know what happened to him. He's like the one person I've ever blocked in the history of the world because he's that much of a psycho.
I'm just so happy
KJ, thank
for
you,
Padres fans.
Yeah, I know. And this is all about. I mean, this is for San Diego. This is for San Diegans, and this is for Padres fans. B-Town KJ says, "Love from Korea. We did it. LFGSD.
What up?
Love it. Thank you." Shout out Korea, all the Padres fans in Korea. And there's a few. We've had supers from Korea a number of times over the course of the year. Ron says, can I get a full LFGSD from you, John? Like a let's fucking go San Diego, Ron? Or like a let's fucking go San Diego?
Let's fucking go San Diego.
So the answer is yes. You absolutely can. When I started the show, I'm like, am I on? I got earpieces. But we're good. Andrew, thank you, man. He says, I started playing Shut Up and Dance at the beginning of the bottom of the 7th inning. Interesting. Shut up and dance. Da, 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 da. Okay. I like that.
Dude, I can't believe that all Padres fans get to experience this moment.
Yes.
Like I just can't stop thinking about how happy I am for Padres fans out there. Like Padres fans that have been with this team through thick and really thick. Like this team has fucking sucked for many, many years. Okay. There have been not a lot of things to be happy about. Like at some points, this team was so bad. We were talking about Rule 5 players. Like, hey,
yeah, did they have 3 on 1 roster?
Like, how many Rule 5 players are going to be starting this year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, who's our third baseman? Yangervis Solarte. Nothing against Yangervis Solarte, but you get my point. It's Corey Spangenberg. Oh, is Hunter Renfroe the next big prospect? Like, it was something that you just, as a Padres fan, you just had to deal with it. You know, you got walked on over by Dodger fans left and right. It's over.
Dude,
it's done.
I can't stop thinking about Manny Machado signing with the Padres and what Manny Machado's last 4 years have been like. I mean, it's been an unbelievable period of time. I mean, that first year wasn't a good year for the team. His second half wasn't good. Like, think about all the second year, you had the pandemic. The Dodgers beat the Padres. You know, last year they collapsed. Like, this year he puts together like a career year. Now he goes through the Dodgers to get to the National League Championship Series. Like, the one thing Manny Machado hasn't done is win a World Series. Like, the dude's going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He's having a career year in a Hall of Fame career. The one thing he hasn't done is win a World Series. And here he is, you know, 30-year-old Manny Machado, 2 series away from bringing a championship to the city of San Diego. How many times have I said, Jim, that I feel like maybe Bob Melvin and Manny Machado kind of need each other in this moment? Like, Melvin hasn't won a lot in the postseason. Machado hasn't won a lot or performed in the postseason, and here they are together. And it's like, God, it's like it was meant to be.
Do you want to here before we get to some supers? Let me pull up Bob Melvin inside the clubhouse because we got a lot here.
Okay,
there's a lot. Ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh my God.
2 to go.
Dude.
Amazing.
2 to go.
Wow.
Oh,
just play it on repeat for forever.
2 to go.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get back to some of these supers. That's incredible. Tony says, LFG Padres, LFG John and Jim. What a year for all. I mean, it's a year of years is what it is.
My
it was
God.
An inning of innings. The 7th inning was an inning of innings. This year is a year of years.
I can't believe they fucking beat these frauds.
The Dodgers. I said it earlier, Jim, before you got on the chat. I watched Postgame last night of the Dodgers in the clubhouse. I watched Betts. I watched Trey Turner. I watched Gosselin. They looked done. They did.
Yep.
I mean, they looked like for the first time, like someone had gotten through their armor. Like they had been punched. And would they be able to punch back? But they don't deal with adversity because they don't deal with adversity because there was no adversity to deal with. So dealing with adversity for the first time, they flinched, and the Padres didn't. Credit San Diego, a win for the Padres. How about this? This is the first time we've ever had a super used as like an ad. So BP 2017 says official El Nuevo Milenio Taqueria at National City, delicious carne asada fries plug. LFG San Diego 619. I love it. Great.
Love it.
That sounds great. We're down.
Perfect.
If you want to plug something, you can plug with the super tonight. Okay.
Anything.
Thank you guys, by the way. Let's roll through here. Stiven, 111 Dodger wins in the trash. You are in a playoffs. Those wins don't mean anything when you are against the Padres in the playoffs. I mean, this was like my calling card for like the entire season. Like, I mean, we'll see what happens in October, and it's all that matters. Not to say that it was easy. Dave Vassay said it's going to be the biggest upset in baseball history. I'm like, well, if you're watching the games, I don't really think it is. If you want to say, hey, one team was 20 games better than the other in the regular season, okay. But if you're watching the games, I mean, I don't think it's an incredible upset. Looking back on these 4 games, Padres starting pitching held up, their bullpen was brilliant, and their offense, performed.
I mean, literally, it is something that tonight that. I mean, you have to kind of I'm trying to rein it in right now. This team is fucking good.
They are really good.
This team is fucking good.
And by
dude.
the way, they didn't have to use Darvish in Game 5, which means you can pitch him in Game 1.
You got Darvish Game 1, you got Snell Game 2, you got Musgrove Game 3 on all full rest.
Yeah, and guess what that means? It means you get Snell at home,
which is what you want.
Snell on the road. At home too.
Yes.
What is it? Is it 2-3-2 or 2-2-1-1-1? I have no clue.
Oh, it's a great question.
I don't think they do 2-2. Do they do 2-2-1-1-1?
Check. I haven't seen it.
Have you seen the schedule? Have you seen the NLCS schedule?
No.
Like, how can you not have that out? Like, come on, MLB. Like,
I think they did. I think they do, but I don't know. Hold on.
I'm just gonna Google NLCS schedule. Here we go. 2022 postseason. Let's see what I can get. What is happening?
What is fucking happening, dude?
Okay, game 1. Here we go. Tuesday, San Diego. Wednesday at San Diego. Friday, Philly. Saturday, Philly. If necessary, Sunday at Philadelphia. It's 2-3-2 format, which I've never loved because you're supposed to have home field, but one team has more home games than the other at one point in the series. I've always hated that, but whatever. But what that means is you could pitch Blake Snell in games 2, and I'd have to do the math on it.
It's 2-3-2, yeah.
But you could pitch him in game 6. Game 2, so you'd be at home. You could pitch him twice at home, which I like a lot. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Ben Fadden is in the chat. Dude, we get Ben. Dude. You want to come on, bro?
We've got so many supers to run through. He's got to be able to come on for 5 minutes, Ben. Maybe 10.
I'll send you a link, bro.
Michael, thank you. Says LFGSD. I think one important thing about this series was not letting game 1 get out of hand when it was 5-0. They fought back and had a chance to win in the end. That was hugely important for the rest of the series. It's a really good point, Michael. I mean, to think about where this team was during game 1. I mean, they almost were down 9-0 in like the 3rd inning. It was 5-0 with the bases loaded. Mookie Betts at the plate. He had a foul ball like 500 feet. So from 5-0, the Padres just dominated this series. From 5-0 in game 1, the Padres just outplayed the Dodgers. It's a really good point, Michael. Excellent point.
Ever since game 1 at like the 5th inning, it's been all Padres.
We need to get to Aura, by the way.
Dude, Will is fucking losing his mind.
He's losing his mind, as he should be. He's an amazing Padres fan, lifelong. Please support this channel by supporting our partners, including Will at Aura. He's the co-founder. This is an amazing company with plant-based nutritional products. All of them are plant-based. ORA.organic. Click Build Your Routine. 30% off your first order. Just do it to support the channel. Trust us. The products are amazing. I take a probiotic every day, which is great this time of year because I literally work 24 hours a day. It's good for mental clarity, heart health, digestion. They have proteins and pre-workout supplements and omega-3 oils and immunity pills and sleep pills, which I don't know if I should be taking because I haven't slept in like 48 hours. But ORA.organic. Please check it out. Click the Build Your Routine button. Get 30% off. Will, thank you and congratulations to you. As a lifelong Padres fan, he does business in San Diego. They have offices in Liberty Station. We've hung out with him a couple of times. He's a great guy. And it's just on Cloud 9, like Mark Nimitz, like Omar Sanchez, like Eric Lanier, like everyone here. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Aura, for your support of this channel. ORA.organic. Click the link down below. 30% off your first order. Get healthier this postseason with Aura.
You want to see the gas lamp right now, John?
Yeah, my guess is people are having a nice time.
Well, as I was
Saturday night.
walking out, I mean, just cars just honking their horns, fucking going crazy. Like everybody downtown is going nuts. It is a scene that you're like, remember 2020 and every time something happens, like, oh, look at the gas lamp, it's going crazy because of 2020 when the Padres beat the Cardinals.
Now we have our 2022s.
But here's the thing, this one right here, it feels different. It feels different. Here we go.
It's crazy.
Dude, what the fuck?
I cannot wait for Tuesday. I mean, I can't wait for the next. I just want to soak this in.
Game 1 NLCS is at Petco Park. Padres have home field advantage. What? Oh, by the way, John, guess what?
What?
Let me put this in the chat.
I already know what you're gonna say. I already know.
I know, because guess what? Who's going?
We're both credentialed, right?
We're credentialed.
As we should be. Has anyone fucking covered this more than we have?
I know. Seriously, what the fuck are you?
I mean, does anyone do more on this topic than us?
I mean, we gotta be somewhere for John and Jen this week, right?
Well, yeah. What time? That first pitch better not be before. Well, you know, with the East Coast, it's probably gonna be about a 5:07 first pitch, if not a 4:37. Something in that neighborhood.
Well, game 1's alone. I think the only game that's gonna be a little bit of a problem might be game 2.
Oh, there could be a day game in there. You're right.
Because game 1 of the ALCS starts on Wednesday, and that's game 2 of the NLCS. Game 1 of the NLCS starts on Tuesday, and that's the only game that night or that day.
I'm pumped. All right, Jake, thank you. Says, F that. Petco Park is the reason they rallied. What happened in the regular season literally means nothing. Postseason Petco Park, Padres undefeated. Isn't that amazing? They'd never won a game at Petco in front of fans in the playoffs.
Now they're undefeated.
Now they just beat the Dodgers at back-to-back days in front of like the craziest atmosphere where people have like live geese in the stands and are like, people have pizza boxes on their head while it's pouring rain. Like, it was like, what the hell is going on? Why was it pouring rain?
Dude, it's perfect.
I know. I was so worried about that. Like, no, like, what if it Suarez and Hader grip, you know?
That to me, and no one left their seats. I went down there with Rich McGuire, and he was fucking soaked. And it was like, nobody cared. Nobody cared that it was raining. No one cared that you were getting soaking wet. It was an absolute party that no one will ever forget. No one left their seats. Everyone stayed in their seats. I mean, before the last out, I saw Dodger fans leaving, by the way.
Of course.
And they were
because
so
you don't want to be mobbed.
quiet. It was so great.
Did you see any Dodgers fans change out into Padres gear?
No, I did not, actually. I did not see
it happen, I guarantee. So I guarantee that happened with someone tonight. I guarantee it.
And honestly, I thought the rain kind of helped because once it started raining, like
it's hard
it
to
felt,
hard to ball out.
Did the Dodgers even get contact after the rain? I think they got like a couple of hits that made contact when the rain happened. But after that,
no, Suarez was lights out. Hader was lights out. No, I mean, there were some pop-ups, right? Cut Christian fly ball to center.
Did Hader check out the side?
I have no clue. I was like losing my mind.
I think Hader struck out the side. Mookie, Trey Turner, and Freddie Freeman.
Pitching 3 times in 4 days. Holy shit.
He struck out the side.
I mean, we probably should do an AJ Preller appreciation moment at some point as well. I mean, to acquire Josh Hader and to pitch him in these spots and get through the Dodgers with Hader is alone an amazing move. You acquire Josh Hader. Like, that's ridiculous. From Milwaukee, they don't make the playoffs, you do, and you go through the Dodgers by using him. That's incredible. All right, Anthony says 4 less games until we get Tatis back. Great point. What's that number going to be? He's going to be like playing in the World Series. He's like at like 90 games already. Jesus, you know?
He's like 10 games left. He's ready to go.
Honestly, man, it's going to be like 15. He's going to have like 15 games. It's crazy. It's 20 games. It's going to be crazy.
But it's also, it's also crazy, John. Think about that. This team is
Tatis
doing what,
like, man, what are you thinking if you're Tatis?
that's a discussion for another day. He's probably
I know.
it's the worst thing ever, but they are doing this without Tatis. Now they did it all year without him, but they won 89 games, and they are now the 5 and 6 seed. It's something that if you get the 1 or 2 seed, well, that doesn't guarantee you shit. Yankees lost tonight to the Guardians. Astros beat the Mariners, but still,
Yeah, we could have 3 wildcard teams in the CSs and potentially 2 wildcard teams in the World Series. We'll know there's one. The Phillies or the Padres. 1 wildcard team is in the World Series. The question is, will Cleveland potentially get to a World Series?
Did Cleveland have how many wins did Cleveland have? Cleveland won the division though, right?
90. It couldn't have been more than 90, right?
Cleveland won their division though, so they're.
I thought that division was like soft.
Well, it doesn't
Cleveland
matter.
this year won 92. They lost 70 games. I mean, nice year, but not the greatest year in baseball history. Great point, though, Anthony. Thank you, Trevor. He says, been trying to send more money, hashtag LFGSD. Please, honestly, if you're here, thank you for the supers. Here's what we need to do right now. We need to literally stop everything we're doing and celebrate all Padres fans because of Jason. Look at this. This has never happened in the history of the channel. And we now need to do things. We need to do something because of this. And we need to figure out what it is. First of all, Jason, you're absolutely the man. It means a ton to Jim and I. As you know, we invest a lot of time and effort into this thing, and we do it for Padres fans.
Yeah.
And for you to show your support like that means the world to us. So he says, this is for all San Diego Padres fans. First time in 24 years to the NLCS, especially defeating the Dodgers. John, if you can do something nice for the fans with the Super Chat, that would be greatly appreciated. Go Padres. All right, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're freaking doing, Jim. With the money, here's what we're doing. What do you want to do?
Well, my hope is that we will be at some bar Tuesday. You come by, drinks on us.
Until we run out of money.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, you know what, Jason? You have just treated other Padres fans to drinks. Hopefully Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday, hopefully we're out Tuesday. How can we not be?
The fuck, are you kidding me?
The next time we're out, it better be Tuesday. I'll be somewhere remotely Tuesday.
I'll literally go down. So I'll literally do it myself.
We'll bring equipment. We could do it off Zoom or something. We have to be somewhere Tuesday. I mean, we just have to be somewhere Tuesday. So we will be buying drinks on Tuesday, Jason, because of you. So drinks on Jason Tuesday for as many as we can. That's super generous. That is super generous, Jason. So thank you so much. Wow. Wow.
Thank you. I can finally afford internet.
Jeez. Yeah.
Oh man.
Trevor, thank you. Says work in LA is going to be so fun on Monday. I cannot wait for Monday.
Monday's show, John.
I guess we'll just start with that USC Utah game you were talking about.
Yeah, the refs there in the final 30 seconds of the game were really bad. There's something that needs to be done about that. I think we should start there. Maybe talk about the offensive line for USC. It needs to be improved a little bit.
Yeah,
and they also lost their wide receiver. So what's going to happen for them now?
Gavin, thank you, Gavin. He says LFGSD Dodger fans stay mad. Love to see it. It's just so sweet. It's just it's a thing of beauty. Who would have ever envisioned it? I mean, we kind of did envision it. We said going into the series, hey, Padres have momentum. Why not?
Dude. All right. So Marty is a woman on a mission.
Okay.
And I believe some content is now being posted to sportssd.com. You ready to just play this, all right?
Yeah, do it. I wish I had something to drink.
Dude, everybody right now, Jake just did it. Everybody in the chat, duck emojis. Duck emojis in the chat. They're actually going to be goose emojis, but everybody in the chat right now, give a goose emoji. But it's really a duck.
Love it.
Still, I need goose emojis in the chat. Goose emojis in the chat right now. Spam it.
I need a real live goose. I need to adopt a goose to hang out.
I want to have a goose and name it Manny.
I like that. I do.
My thing is super slow. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, ready? Hold on.
Goddamn, it should get through that. It's all good. It's part of the fun. Hell yeah. Part of the fun. Hell yeah. So proud of you. Oh, shit. Hey, you don't need to hear it from me.
Last team.
It's a fucking legend right here. It's a fucking legend. It's a man. And we're going to try to fucking bring it back. Watch him fucking bring us a championship to the city of San Diego, baby.
Last time this happened.
Hey, here's the thing. I'm so humble at what this man stands for. There's a lot of things that are going on right, obviously, on the field. But with this guy, he's got his heart and what he loves on his family. That's what things are about. I'm so proud of him for that. Love you, buddy. Enjoy this ride. Enjoy the ride.
Dude,
That's pretty crazy.
I need to play that. I need to play that again. I'm sorry.
2 generations.
Holy shit.
Goddamn, it should get through that.
It's all good. It's part of the fun.
Hell yeah.
Part of the fun.
Hell yeah.
So proud of you. Oh, shit. Hey, you don't need to hear it from me.
Last team.
It's a fucking legend right here. It's a fucking legend. It's a man. Now we're going to try to fucking bring it back. Watch him fucking bring us a championship to the city of San Diego, baby.
Last time this happened.
Hey, here's the thing. I'm so humble at what this man stands for. There's a lot of things that are going on right, obviously, on the field. But with this guy, he's got his heart and what he loves on his family. That's what things are about. I'm so proud of him for that. Love you, buddy. Enjoy this ride.
That's just unbelievable. Check it. By the way, support Marty. That's obviously right from Marty Caswell. She's on YouTube as well. Find her channel and subscribe. If you're here right now, and there are like 600 of you here live and thousands of people watch this back on replay, please subscribe for us to this channel.
Hit the like button.
Please
That's all we
subscribe
ask.
and smash the like button, man.
Smash that like button, please.
Wow, that's cool. Ronald, this is cool too. Came to the United States from the Philippines in 2004. Biggest culture shock in the world, but gravitated to the Padres to fit in. Lots of heartaches, but today it was all worth it. It's so surreal. That is super cool. That is super cool. Sports really do bond people together. Nobody tonight's talking about, oh, what's your socioeconomic background? Oh, who are you voting for? Who fucking cares?
Who gives a shit?
No, that's the beauty about sports. That's
Yep.
the beauty. We all are bonded over a uniform and a city. You know, it's just an incredible thing. It really is. I think it's honestly one of the things that probably drew me to sports as a young person, just seeing how to see 50,000 people in unison celebrate something. Where else do you get that in life? Like where? You don't do that when we watch Bachelor in Paradise, you know?
Oh, this is, you know, it's now gone to another level because I was on 760 today for an hour or 2 hours.
Oh, it must be nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And Darren came on and we were talking just about how you can just walk outside with a Padres hat on and you have friends everywhere. Like you don't have to, you're not alone here. A city comes together when your favorite team or when the major sports team wins. And obviously the Padres are the only major sports team in town. So this town is a Padres town and it's a baseball town. But you wear a Padres jersey out, you wear a Padres hat, you wear whatever you want out, a shirt, and you just go to a bar, guess what? You're friends with everybody in the bar because it brings a city together. And you don't have to be like, hey, I need friends to go to a bar. No, just go to a bar by yourself. Because guess what? You have friends there waiting for you. They're all Padres fans. And that's what's so amazing about when a team does this. And it's different than football. Football's one game. Okay? One game. Football's obviously king, but it's one game. Baseball is an everyday sport. And with how many games are played in the postseason, obviously, it's just, it's incredible how everybody comes together. And I'm just so happy for Padres fans because every single one of you deserve it. Every single one of you. Doesn't matter if you're a Padres fan for a day. Doesn't matter if you're a Padres fan for a year. Doesn't matter if you're a Padres fan for 5 seconds or if you just started being a Padres fan. If you're a Padres fan for life, this moment
It's gonna be crazy.
is something that you'll remember forever.
Yeah, and this series has tons of storylines moving forward. Listen,
Oh my
Dodgers
God.
Padres had storylines, but this Nola thing, Bryce Harper, who didn't win a World Series with the Nats, now taking on Juan Soto, who's with the. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. One of these teams getting to the World Series is an amazing story in itself. Good pitching on both sides, good starting pitching. Phillies lineup is a legitimate lineup. We'll worry about that another day. Cam, thank you. He says, and thank you for everyone here. Thank you. Thank you guys for the supers. Keep them coming. Thank you for your support all season long. Back in the Bay for my family Disneyland trip. Lots of Padre fans there and many folks rooting for us the whole week. Thanks, John and Jim, is what he means. And LFGSD, we're
Let's
not
go.
done.
Not done yet. Job's not finished.
done,
Job's
man.
not finished, man.
Job's not finished, no doubt. Jake, thank you. He says AJ Preller looks brilliant. I mean, hard to disagree. We said literally the day of the deadline, like Preller he deserves a lot of credit for taking this big of a swing. Remember what we also said, like, hey, listen, everything they've ever tried previously has never afforded them a championship or even a postseason win against the Dodgers. Well, he's got a postseason win against the Dodgers under his belt now.
Yep. And tonight it was like a culmination of all of it. Juan Soto delivered. Josh Hader delivered. You signed Joe. By the way, anybody that fucking doesn't like the contract for Joe Musgrove can literally go eat shit, because tonight, while you might not say that, Joe had a fucking great game. 6 innings, 2 runs against that lineup, and what he did and navigating out of jams left and right. His night was fucking solid. He was great. Joe Musgrove is a fucking legend in this town. He was on the mound in a clinching game versus the Dodgers.
6 innings against the Dodgers. And by the way, the 2 runs he scored, okay, so Freddie Freeman hit a ball down the right field line that bounced 4 times in front of first base. I mean, it happens. It is baseball. That can happen. And you hate to lose on something like that. And ultimately they didn't, because of that 7th inning, that iconic, memorable, forever 7th inning.
I need to go. I literally need to go back and watch.
Look
because
play-by-play. Oh, I know, it was amazing.
I was such a fucking nervous wreck. I was like, I had to get up, and I was standing behind Derek Togerson in the entire 7th inning, and we were just like talking. It was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And obviously you're in the press box, and so you can't go crazy. But I'm just like pacing back and forth, like, what is happening? And then when Manny struck out, you're like, fuck. And then Drury popped up first pitch, and you're like, great, this is gonna be a tie game. And then Jake Cronenworth had the hit of his life.
Amazing. Really amazing. I mean, hitless in the Mets series, whatever. If you win the series, it's great. And then huge hits in this Dodgers series for Jake Cronenworth. What a player he really has become. I mean, what an acquisition that was by AJ Preller. Just amazing for Jake Cronenworth.
And then Suarez coming in and shutting it down. I mean, he has been incredible. This team is on a fucking roll right now, and it's going to be insane to watch, because you're going up against another team on a fucking roll right now as well.
Yeah, it's the point. I mean, how else can you get here? I mean, as it's meant to be, 2 really hot teams in a best of 7, right? A best of 7 with very few off days. I want to say 1, Jim. That's crazy if that's right. I think there might be 1 off day. I think so, because the lockout. Let's see. They will play Tuesday, Wednesday. They'll be off Thursday. They'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They will play Monday and Tuesday if it goes 6 and 7. No off day from Philadelphia to San Diego because of the lockout. Meanwhile, the American League has 35 off days.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
How dumb is that? So the National League Championship Series is 7 games in 8 days if it goes 7. For the first time probably ever. No, maybe 2020, the pandemic year, they tightened it up too. There were no off days. But that was fake. Thank you, Albert, who says San Diego brought the energy, LFGSD. Man, it looked incredible, Jim. I know you were there. I mean, it just looked absolutely. Compare it to last night, the energy. Just different, right? Like New Year's Eve by the end.
So, yeah. So last night was a celebration from start to finish. You know, like obviously the tension in that ballpark because of how close the game was and how it was played, but still it was euphoric from the start of the game to the end of the game because the Padres got the lead and they kept it. Tonight was one of those nights that it was like, okay, everybody's going fucking nuts to start. Joe Musgrove, like, to start the game when he got introduced, the pop and the roar of the crowd, I couldn't hear. It was insane. And then you get in the game, and as soon as the Dodgers score the first 2 runs, you're like, fuck, here we go.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean,
and then you see the way that they are having at bats versus Tyler Anderson. You're like, yeah, this isn't the night. Like, you know, it just doesn't feel like it. Like even me and Marty were sitting there. We're just like, you know, ball goes off. Like Freddie Freeman hits the ball up the middle, hits off the bag. You're like, what? Trace Thompson turns into Ken Griffey Jr. You're like, what?
Yeah, that was an amazing play, man.
I mean, the rocket that Trey Turner hit to Manny. Now, granted, seeing it in person, I thought that he could have made that play. On TV, it looked like he hit a fucking missile at him, and he did. But still, it just speaks how great Manny is because you're thinking to yourself, still, like he could have made that play, you know? And then the bunt and Will's out of position, and you're like, what the fuck? And then right before that, Will has a couple on, and he strikes out, which were on ball 4. He swings the ball 4, and that would have ended up getting the bases loaded. And you're just thinking to yourself, yeah, this is not the night. Like this is the story that.
I thought the big moment was Will Myers. I'm like, man, this is the moment. He represents the go-ahead run. If he hits a home run here, like this could be his final game at Petco in his career as a home player. That's what I was thinking in that moment.
I did too. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, the 7th inning it was. I don't know I don't even know if they can describe what happened because then the atmosphere, as soon as they got the first run, you're like, okay, here we go. And then as soon as Juan Soto got that hit to tie the game, it became a celebration. And then when Jake Cronenworth got the hit, the ballpark was like levitating. Everybody in the stands was fucking going out of their mind. I looked over and I saw Don and Mud on the side because they're right next to the press box. They were literally freaking the fuck out. Jake Peavy was there. Trevor Hoffman was in there. Mark Loretta. Everyone is going fucking batshit crazy. Fans that are just hugging everybody. And the thing about that single by Jake Cronenworth, which was crazy, was it brought in 2 runs. It wasn't just a one run lead. It became a 5-3 game. And at that point, you're feeling like, holy shit, they kind of semi blew this open, you know? And then you have Suarez in the 8th and then Hader in the 9th. You didn't have to use Garcia tonight. Fucking end, done, over.
There's a little bit of a feel, like you said last night, that this team is like that Royals team that won the World Series. Once they get a lead, as good as that bullpen was, 7th, 8th, and 9th, you couldn't overcome a deficit. And the Padres bullpen has been like that. I mean, they allowed 1 run in the series to the Dodgers, and they pitched 1 million innings. I mean, that's incredible. Dale, thank you for the super LFGSD. Right back at you, Dale. Let's try to get caught up here, Jim, to the best of our ability. I'm probably like an hour behind. What a freaking night. Okay, I'm guessing this is like 2:43 in the morning in Peoria and celebrating, or maybe 3:43. I don't even know when this was written. I don't even know. But amazing.
I just, this week of radio and wrap-up shows
is going to be just like this past week and the week before. It's just been amazing.
It's going to be crazy.
Amazing. Juan, thank you for the super. He says, waiting for that Dave Roberts quote from the Dan Patrick Show to be uploaded on the Unfortunate Images account on Twitter.
It's already been tweeted out a bunch, and I have to go back and check everything. Holy shit.
I've seen it out tonight. I've seen some people tweeting about it tonight, right? You have too. Everyone's tweeted about it tonight.
Everybody has.
Juan, thank you again, man. Vito, thank you. He says, I grew up in Giants country. All of my old friends from back home are pulling hard for San Diego. I feel bad for rooting hard against San Francisco in 10, 12, and 14. That's what fandom is. I mean, obviously the Giants' biggest rivalry is the LA Dodgers. No Giants fan in the world would ever want to see the Dodgers do anything. So every Giants fan, you always choose the lesser of 2 evils. So, of course, you'd be rooting for the Padres over the Dodgers. They root for anyone over the Dodgers, right? I mean,
of course. The Dodgers are the team. It's like, okay, it's like I root for my favorite team and then any team that's playing the Dodgers. That's how this works.
Right, exactly. That's again a great thing about sports and rivalries.
Yep.
I love this from Alex. Alex is a great point. I'm glad you mentioned this. I don't know if you noticed it because you were there. He said, "Did you see Soto smile?"
I saw it
before his hit.
He knew.
Swag
he
his
fucking
back.
knew, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he was just lacing balls all series
rockets
long and falling into bad luck, and then he roped that ball. He roped that ball to right for a base hit. He's gonna have a big NLCS. Lock it up. He's gonna have a big NLCS.
Here, do you want to see Manny on live television?
Sure.
All right, hold on. Oh boy. All right.
Bill 5 to the 619, baby. Let's go. Let's go, San Diego. Then let's stay down, San Diego. Let's fucking go. Woo! Start fucking house.
Hey.
It's our house right here, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Hey, Manny.
Oh my God.
He's amazing. There's nobody like him.
On national television.
Like him. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't care.
Here's the thing, too. Manny is, I'm not going to say universally hated, but he's one of the guys that if you go around baseball and you ask other fans, like who would probably be a guy that you would consider one of the most hated people in baseball, and they would probably not say Manny Machado's name would probably come up pretty quickly.
I just say polarizing because I don't know if he's hated by everyone, but he's certainly, people look at him through a different lens, I think.
Mm-hmm. They do, and I don't understand why. I don't know why, but they do.
Again, perception becomes reality.
Yeah, and like,
narratives
look, get
created. He doesn't. He's different. Hey, listen, Jim, because he goes on national TV and curses. That's awesome. Because he's like a real, authentic human being. He says what's on his mind. I mean, look at his interactions with the media. It's not all PC. I mean, he said after they were swept at Dodger Stadium in August, "Why would I be concerned? I'm Manny fucking Machado."
My bad.
Who else does that? And then people like Jim Russell call him out on social media.
I'm a fucking idiot. My bad.
You're such an idiot. It's like, man, you need to be better. I'm like, dude.
Okay, here's a question. Who was the MVP of the series?
Who cares? I don't even know. Who was in the series? Who'd they just beat? The Dodgers? Jake Cronenworth and
Robert Suarez.
All the other guys that did good things.
Who gives a shit? Whatever. Who fucking cares?
Blake Snell, Yu Darvish,
Musgrove,
Joe Musgrove,
Manny Soto,
the Goose,
the Goose is the Ha-Seong Kim for his double. Like, oh fuck, man, what the fuck happened tonight?
Steven, thank you. Says dunk on him, boys. Jim will. Jim's going to. We had a couple Dodger fans in here early, Jim, that gave supers, and I thanked them for it. But listen, I mean, if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it. And Dodger fans have dished it out over the years. And this is going to be a long offseason for the Dodgers, a very long offseason. And that team's going to look a lot different next year as well.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you, Steven. And thank you, Sandy, who says Soto has awoken. He knows the Phillies and will carry us to the World Series. Great point. Familiarity, just like with the Mets in that division. I think he has awoken. I do. I think there's a little bit of pressure off his back now. He's fine. I mean, this team is in the NLCS. He's had some moments. Edwin Diaz 2-run single tonight, game-tying single. Think about that, Jim. He hasn't fully peaked at any point in 2 months, but he's got the Edwin Diaz hit. He's got the game-tying hit tonight. Like, it's Juan Soto. He's going to pay dividends.
Do you want to hear from Peter Seidler?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Just so much happening right now.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm here with the owner of the Padres, Peter Seidler. Peter, how does it feel to advance to the NLCS?
It feels great. The players, the fans, they both showed up in the biggest possible ways all season long, but especially these last 2 nights. And the come from behind clinching game today, it could not have been better. Congratulations to our players.
Is it extra sweet because it was against the Dodgers? Is it extra sweet because it was against the Dodgers?
A little bit. They're the team that has dominated the last decade. And like we said, you know who that dragon is up the freeway. We got to slay it. and we did it this year, and we will be a very good team for years to come.
My last question, how did it feel for you to see all the Padres fans and the reaction over the last 2 nights, the Friar faithful?
We have the best fans in the league. Fans that have stayed with this franchise through thick and thin, and our fans deserve a championship. And this group of players is going to do everything they can to bring it here. We're going to
How about that? How about that?
Fucking love that, man.
Peter Seidler was the man that stood with conviction behind AJ Preller after an epic collapse last year. A 1 in 100-year collapse, he said. You know what? He looks pretty good right now. He looks really good. And I love how he doubles down all the time on the future of the Padres, too. It's not just about now. He's like, listen, we're going to be really good for years to come. Okay?
Having
wonder.
Having an owner that cares about the city, number one, invests in the team that he's the owner of in the city, and cares about the fans, and then to top it off with winning. I mean, that's all you want from your owner. And that's exactly what Peter Seidler is. He is a guy that wants to invest in the team for the fans. He loves the fans. He wants to win so badly for the fans that you couldn't ask for anything better. He is the perfect owner for your favorite team, and it happens to be the Padres.
Well said. How about this? Elite Topics, great point. Snell Harper, round 2. You remember how that played out? Was it in June when he broke his hand?
Yep.
That outing at Petco?
Yeah, I know. I know. The Phillies won the season series versus the Padres, by the way.
They did. Remember, the Padres didn't have the tiebreaker, but that doesn't matter when it comes to hosting because that's based on wins.
They had what, 1 or 2 more wins than the Padres, and then two more wins than the
Phillies
Phillies.
Collapsed. Phillies were bad down the stretch, those final 20 games, but they've turned it on. They've turned it on these 2 rounds. Great point, though. Christopher, thank you, man. He says, love you guys. Philly going down, LFGSD. Love you, too. Everyone here. We love you guys. We really do. We're so pumped for this upcoming week. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for next week. Can't wait to really, when does this even sink in what has happened? It never does. You just kind of have it with you for forever. That's how it sinks in.
No, and everyone's levitating right now. Everyone is just like, what the fuck just happened? And and the crazy thing is, this ride is not over yet. I mean, really? Honestly, John,
it's just begun.
It's just begun.
2 wins and 3 wins.
This ride is
7-game series.
You still have to win 7 more games here. Or no, sorry, 8 more games.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see 7. 7's a lot to not. If they win 7, no. We want 8.
No, we want 8.
7's a 7-game loss in the World Series. God, please no.
Jesus, don't fucking do that. Man, this is
Vaughn,
nuts.
thank you. He says, so happy to send the scum back up to 5 with an L. I mean, imagine, what's that? I don't even care. Imagine that bus ride. Hey, guys, nice year. I mean, was it? Yeah, nice year. Yeah, was it? He didn't win a playoff round. Padres have won 2. Frank, thank you for the super. He says, thank you guys so much for a great season of wrap-up shows. LFGSD, why not us?
Dude, we ain't done, bro. We ain't done. We ain't done. Job's not finished. This thing has just fucking started. But you have just beaten a 101 team in the Mets and a 111 win team in the fucking LA Frauds.
And now you got to go through an 87-win team in the Phillies, but I don't think it means anything. I mean, the Padres won 89 games. It's about who's hot at the right time. It's about matchups.
Mm-hmm.
It's about rosters. It's about belief.
Yep. And you, Darvish, in
Phillies
game
ain't
1.
rolling over.
Nope.
The Phillies aren't going to roll over.
It's going to be probably, what is it? You, Darvish, and Austin Nola game 1 or Aaron Nola game 1?
I don't think it's Aaron Nola game 1. Did he pitch today? Or was it yesterday?
I think Syndergaard pitched today.
You're right. But yesterday was a Friday, which means Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, you would turn to Nola on 3 days rest on Tuesday.
You're going Zach Wheeler game 1 then.
They got good pitching. They have good starting pitching. So do the Padres.
I still like the Padres bullpen more than the Phillies.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be edge.
I think the starting pitching you could say is even. And offensively,
Phillies lineup's legit.
Phillies lineup's fucking. They're going to be tough. But the Padres it's about how they're playing. The Padres are
Yeah.
playing really good fucking baseball.
I mean, the Aaron Nola, Austin Nola 1-0 game at Petco Park with the Nola single off his brother was ridiculous.
It was nuts.
So that storyline is going to be pretty crazy. Brisk, thank you, man, for your support. He says, how do we think FTJ feels about this? Honestly, I bet I think in his heart of hearts, he's probably excited for the city. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea.
I don't know either. But yeah, it was crazy. Fucking absolutely crazy.
So yeah, the answer to that is we don't know.
We don't know. Do you see Marty just posted more videos? She's inside the clubhouse. Fucking nuts, dude.
You want to play something or no?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
I do want to thank NJSGC, who is providing the super chat from Australia. So cool. Thank you. Hi from Australia. What a difference a year makes. Congratulations down under.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes. What a difference a year makes. Unbelievable. And thank you for the super.
I mean, this time last year, it's like this team was in fucking shambles because they needed to find a manager.
Oh, it was a disaster. It was a disaster.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Look at Manny. Holy shit.
So funny.
Just incredible. Just incredible.
Check out Marty's YouTube page. Search for Marty Caswell.
Yep, that's
Give
just
her
a
a
little taste of the clubhouse there. It also, by the way, go to sportssd.com. That's where all of the content is from inside the clubhouse.
Hey, if you're here right now, live or on replay, you have to subscribe and you have to hit the like button for us, and you have to follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the memberships that have rolled in today. Click join if you want to become a member of this channel, and thank you for the super chats that have come in as well. Great way to support this channel, especially on a night like tonight where the Padres move on and they take down the Dodgers of all teams to get to the National League Championship Series. Sean, thank you for your support of this channel over the course of the season. He says, what a clutch hit by Cronenworth. That was the biggest hit of the game. Completely changed everything. It did. I mean, 3-3 would have been nice after trailing 3-0. You would have taken it all square, all even. But it felt like the Dodgers would have had some momentum if they got to the dugout 3-3. But to get those 2 additional runs from Cronenworth, I mean, basically put on ice with Suarez and Hader.
Yep. The Cronenworth hit, I'm just going to watch that on replay over and 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 over again.
I know. It was beautiful. What about this? So thank you again, Sean. France, this is a very interesting point. So World Series champions, right? 2016 Cubs beat the Dodgers. 17, the Astros beat the Dodgers. 18, the Red Sox beat the Dodgers. 19, Nats beat the Dodgers. 2020, well, forget about it. 2021, Braves beat the Dodgers.
The teams that beat the Dodgers win the World Series.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Cross your fingers. Hopefully. I love that. I do. I like that. I think it's a good tidbit. I do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sad Fryer, man. Loyal viewer. Thank you for the super. He says, can you believe we can legit win it all?
By the way, you need to change your name to Happy Fryer now.
I know, dude. Well, the job's not finished.
Job's not finished. You're right. Job's not finished by any stretch.
But listen, I don't know what the Vegas odds are as we speak, but the Padres are going to have. I mean, listen, Houston's had an amazing year. I mean, the New York Yankees won 100 games. Now they're down 2 games to 1. Houston might cakewalk their way into the World Series. They just played 3 games. They'll have days off. And then they're going to play what? Maybe Cleveland and host them in that series.
It's wild how the days off don't. I mean, there's like no days off, dude.
Well, luckily they got 2. They got Sunday, Monday, but then it's on. 7 games in 8 days. Wow, this is amazing. Man, some of these supers are terrific tonight. Toby, this is incredible. Thank you. Hader was one pitch from an immaculate inning in the ninth inning of a clincher against the Dodgers. That's amazing.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
amazing.
I'm like, because I was down there and it was fucking nuts. And I'm thinking to myself, dude struck out the side? Like, what?
It's amazing. In the rain, with like diamond dirt on the freaking mound, he threw 10 pitches. That's incredible. And 9 of them were strikes. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, thank you for your membership and this super as well. He says, crowd never gave up and was rewarded in the 7th inning. We were praying that there wouldn't be a delay in the 8th. Crowd hoping Padres went down quick in the bottom so Hader could get it and finish it off before a delay. LFGSD. You're not kidding about the crowd. I mean, first of all, I liked the TV call, at least tonight, of Adam Amin, because I was able to sit in and watch it. But the crowd had faith. I mean, the crowd was there. Nobody left. And they were rewarded for it. To your point, I think it's a great point.
Mm-hmm. I do. I think the crowd tonight, like, I just want to pull this photo, John.
I think I'm going to need to stand.
Dude, I can't even.
Hold on. I'm standing for a second.
Oh, hold on. Where's my freaking. All right. Like, look at this photo, bro.
Incredible.
Hold on. Come on. Hold on. Oh, man, what a fucking night, dude. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Super. It's amazing.
Look at that. It's crazy. That's the photo.
That's postseason baseball.
That's the photo that, like, needs to be hung up everywhere in Petco Park. Like, next year, you're going to see that photo somewhere in Petco Park. Incredible.
No doubt. Gus, thank you. He says, people making a big deal about the number 1 and number 2 seats falling and too much rest being bad. I actually think it's more about both games being division rivalries. I love that point, Gus. So you had Phillies Braves. Good point. They know each other. You had Padres Dodgers. There's the familiarity factor. That can be an evening element to something like that. I think that's well said. Before we jump to this conclusion that it's not good to be a number 1 or number 2 seed, it's been one season. I mean, next year, the number 1 seed could win the World Series. We have no clue. I still think getting a bye ultimately is probably advantageous to set up your pitching and having to win one less series. But for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out, But who knows? Houston could win the World Series. And then what will we say,
I know. Like, yeah, I'm just so it's crazy because I'm so locked into what the Padres are doing. And now it's nuts because there's only one other series. And you legitimately, if you're a fan, you can start looking over there a little bit and be like, Astros, Yankees, Guardians.
Right, there's only so many options. Right, exactly. That's a good point. And again, we, especially against the Dodgers, we're like, don't look ahead. But it's like you're a fan. Like, dream big,
Dude,
there's going to be 4 teams left come, what, a day from now or 2 days from now?
Yeah. And the Guardians could win tomorrow. Think about that. Guardians, Padres World Series. It's basically a Padres World Series. It's Cal Quantrill starting on game 1.
Austin Hedges catching him.
Josh Naylor is your DH.
I'd be amazed.
What the fuck?
So ridiculous. I mean, Houston, San Diego is kind of dope, to be honest.
Give me Yankees, San Diego. I want revenge. Padres fans need revenge for '98.
We'll see. We'll see how this plays out over the next couple of days. Thank you again, Gus. Thank you, Matthew. Says, how bummed are the Dodgers that they didn't sign Manny? It's an interesting conversation. I mean, obviously, Dodger fans absolutely hate Manny Machado, and obviously, Padres fans absolutely hate the Dodgers. So, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But clearly, Manny's in the right spot for him, and whatever. I'm not worried about the Dodgers. But thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Crazy Raider Rad, for the super and your membership.
Thank you.
He says,
yes.
They said, don't sell your tickets to Dodger fans. I'm going to troll them and see if they want to buy my Padres Phillies NLCS tickets. That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
It should be a similar atmosphere, Jim, though, because, again, I mean, how many Phillies fans are you going to get when you're selling tickets to San Diego County residents, and all these tickets are accounted for anyway because it's the NLCS? I mean, I'm thinking 99% of the fans We're gonna
Yeah.
be Padres fans.
Now you've reached a point where you don't. I think you don't have to worry. It's going to be an entire stadium full of Padres fans. By the way, tonight the crowd, John, they somehow fit in 2 more people than they did last night.
I saw that. Yeah.
So 45,139 was the crowd tonight. Last night, 45,137. Tonight was the now official largest crowd in the history of Petco Park for a playoff game.
What's it going to be against the Phillies? 2 more people?
Probably. But I also said this too, because by the way, I shout out to Ernie Martinez. I saw Ernie tonight.
I saw that photo of you and Ernie.
The vibes were too good. The vibes were too good to not win tonight. Saw Ernie, and we were talking about just like the vibe and early rounds of the postseason. You get the real fan because the tickets aren't like $1,200 or they're not $800.
No, they're like 70.
They're still pricey, but they're not overly crazy. And so the first round wild card and the DS round, you get the real fans in the ballpark. You get the guys that aren't corporate. You don't get the fucking. I just became a Padres fan last week, but I own my own Fortune 500 company, so let's buy tickets to the game. Like
right.
You're not getting that. You get the true fans in the DS round, and that's why this series was so special because you had the true Padre fans, the Padres fans that have been to every game for these last 2 games versus the Dodgers.
No doubt. Well said. Let me get to this from Pseudonym. By the way, I think Ben Fadden's going to hop in a moment.
Rich McGuire's in the chat. Let's go, Rich. No sleep tonight, baby.
No sleep tonight. Pseudonym says, joining late. So glad to share this night with this amazing city and with the wrap-up show. Man, that means a lot. That is a great super. Yeah, we've talked a lot about that. Like, what does this mean for this city in this moment in time? And it means a lot to go through the Dodgers. Coming out of a pandemic like this, so many people have been through so much. There has not been a lot of postseason winning in San Diego sports history. I mean, that's just a fact. There have not been a lot of championships in San Diego sports history, as we know, or any in the major sports. So maybe 2022. Maybe this team right now. Maybe.
Because you just feel it, right? This feels different. It feels there's something every game that you're like, that's now turned into a moment.
Yeah, we're getting ears and geese and
shit. Oh my goodness. Let's freaking go. Ready?
Get him in here.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, guys. What is up?
Ben. Talking Friday. All right, before we do anything, because Ben, you're a grinder like we are. Support Ben. All right. Subscribe to Talking Friars. So if you're with us right now, 1 in the morning in the West, 4 in the morning in the East, wherever you are around the world, go over to Talking Friars. Open another tab. Subscribe. Okay. This kid kills it with content at Talking Friars. Lifelong Padres fan. Ben, tonight's a night like that. Obviously, you'll never forget. Right? I mean, a night that you'll literally never forget. So you're just getting home?
Yeah, just got home from the trolley. Wow. I mean, the environment was nuts. I mean, so many people in line before the game, 3.5 hours before the game was starting, from first pitch, all the Beat LA chants. I mean, I'm losing my voice. It was crazy. And the way that it came, like the 7th inning, and they're down 3-0, and it's like, man, we're going to have to go back to Dodger Stadium. Mm-hmm. And then 5 runs in that 7th inning. And you had everyone come through. It was just amazing. You had everyone come through. You had Juan Soto have his Padres moment. Excuse me. Holy cow. You had Juan Soto have his moment with that single to right. And my boy Crony came through again with the biggest Padres moment he's ever had. He had a huge one, obviously, on Tuesday or whenever game 2 was, whenever the heck that was.
Time doesn't even matter right now.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Flat circle.
Today's October 16th, I guess now. I mean, it's just amazing.
It is.
Crazy. And then after that happened, after the Crony single, for it to be raining and stuff, and everyone was standing for the rest of the game, no one was leaving. And then after the game, when everyone was celebrating, no one was leaving. It was amazing. And Petco showing Manny and all them getting drunk in the clubhouse after the game. It was just crazy.
The moment of the game, Ben, for you was obviously the Cronenworth hit there.
Yeah.
What the fuck was Dave Roberts doing, dude? He let Almonte throw a pitch and then he brought in Vesia. Like, what the fuck?
That made no sense. Yeah. If you're going to go with Vesia, do that at the beginning of the at-bat. I had no idea. I was like, okay, he threw a ball. And then I thought it was a mound visit. And then all of a sudden, you have a new guy coming into the game. I'm like, what are we doing here? So,
Tyler
yeah.
Anderson only going 5. Canely starting an inning. There's a lot of really curious moves. Who cares? I mean, the Padres are the beneficiary. And by the way, the Padres, they did this thing fair and square. I mean, they just outplayed the Dodgers this week. They
beat their ass fair and square. Nothing about this.
Random moment. They just beat them. I mean, they took a team that proved to be invincible in the regular season and they put them up against adversity. And it turns out that the Dodgers couldn't handle adversity because they just didn't face it all year. And when you were able to deliver a punch, they couldn't punch back. Like if you could really deliver a punch. And they did. And it's going to be a series we're going to remember for forever. Now, Jim made this point earlier. We need to get to a zillion super chats still if you want to hang out, Ben. But Jim made this point earlier, which is like, this is an amazing year. This is an amazing accomplishment. We'll remember this forever. And I agree with that, just like you said, Ben, as well. I mean, this is an amazing moment. But it's like, man, it's even sweeter if you can finish the job. I mean, it's even sweeter if you can finish this thing off. I mean, yeah, they'd never beaten the Dodgers in the postseason. Yeah, they'd never beaten a 111-win team. But, yeah, no pro team in the major fours ever won a championship either here. So, like, that's still the goal. This is unbelievable. It's still a great year if this is where it ends. But, man, I mean, we've come so far for it to end at this point, you know?
Yeah. I mean, them beating the Dodgers, it's like, how can you tell yourself that they can't beat the Phillies, you know?
Right.
I get the Phillies. They have Wheeler. They have Nola. You could maybe make the case that they have better starting pitching than the Dodgers did because, Buehler was hurt and whatever. But, like, they still beat the freaking Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
This team that Freddie Freeman going into the series, we've been hot for 7 months. Well, it doesn't matter. The Padres won when it mattered most. And, yeah, the Phillies are playing well right now. But they got Yu Darvish for game 1 here. Like, that's another thing I think we should be talking about here. It's like, you could have a game 5 later today, technically, with Darvish on the mound, and then you'd be behind of what the Phillies, I think, what they would have to done. I think what would be Nola or something for game 1. So we're going to have our guy, our
Wheeler,
ace.
maybe.
Yeah. Like, we're going to have our ace game 1. Like, it's a perfect situation here. And, yeah, hosting the NLCS, guys. Think about that. That's nuts.
Amazing. I mean, I remember, Jim, last Friday we were at Fair Play. I said this a few times. I'm like, the Phillies were playing underway or they beat some, like, root for the Phillies because in some universe, the Phillies win 2 rounds and the Padres win 2 rounds. And if that happens, you want to host the NLCS. I mean, I don't care about, they don't score runs at home. Screw all that. This is for San Diego and San Diegans. I don't care if the ballpark plays big. I don't care about marine layer. That's all stupidity at this time of year. Like today, so what? There's marine layer. Well, they scored 5 runs an inning because it's possible and it's baseball and it was a beautiful thing. And by the way, yesterday, they didn't score a lot of runs. Well, they won. They won 2-1. I don't really care. And I want San Diegans to be able to enjoy this. So I want to start the NLCS at home, which is what they're going to do Tuesday night. And it's going to be incredible, just like this past weekend was down there.
Like you have it set up now, like you said, Ben. Darvish game 1 on full rest. Snell game 2 on full rest at home, which I think is the most important thing because Snell on the road scares the shit out of me. Game 3, Musgrove on full rest in Philadelphia. Obviously, game 4 and game 5 are going to be a little bit of a shit show. But games 1 through 3, you start with your top 3 guys all on full rest, exactly how you want it. Darvish at home, Snell at home, Musgrove, he can fucking pitch anywhere.
And there's the day off in between, I think, games 2 and 3. So, and then it's weird how they end the series. Like, it's one day off, then there's no days off, I think, the rest of the series.
So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, off day Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This
I
is
think that's due
ridiculous.
with, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong about this. I think it's due with the lockout. And when the lockout pushed the season back, they didn't want postseason baseball going to like November 9th. It still could go as late as, lost a light. It could still go late. I don't know how late. You know what I mean? But they didn't want to push it back like another 2 days. So they've really tightened it up. I don't know if that's an advantage for anyone, to be honest. But whatever. It is what it is. Let me get to some supers here. We got Ben Fadden from Talking Friars hanging out with us on the wrap-up show. Since Ben is hanging out with us at like 1 a.m, please make sure to support his channel at Talking Friars. Give him a subscribe to his channel. Give him a follow on social media as well at Talking Friars. Sean, thank you, says, Manny is so heartfelt true. It just makes me teary-eyed. The dude is so misunderstood. It's sad. I just want to hug the dude and thank him. Yeah, we were playing some video of Machado from the clubhouse, and he kind of is. I mean, he's polarizing. He's misunderstood. He's in the midst of a career year in a Hall of Fame career, and he's trying to do something he's never done. Only thing he hasn't done, win a title. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to do everything, but he's got to do this, and hopefully this is the time that he does it.
Yeah, I mean, it was great seeing him come off the field and, when they won and, clapping to the crowd and stuff. And I guess the players came back out after. And Will, I know we're talking about Manny, but Will coming out of the players' garage and high-fiving fans and then high-fiving fans back when he went back into Petco on the field. I mean, the players, just all of them, including Manny, obviously, like, it feels like they know how big this is for the city of San Diego. It's not just another NLCS run or anything like that. It's way, way bigger than that. Beating the Dodgers just makes it that much better. And, all of this rivalry stuff, I saw Dodger fans on Twitter asking, so is it officially a rivalry now? Like, get the F out of there with that. Like,
well, you know what it is officially now is your season's over.
Yeah. And Dave Roberts post game saying that like no one in the clubhouse thinks that this season was like a throwaway season or unsuccessful. He said something to that effect. It's like, are you crazy, dude?
I know.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. We all saw the editorial like, oh, this Dodger team is so good. If there's ever a team that shouldn't play in the postseason and just be given the title to them, like, wait.
Yeah, if there's any team that should cancel the postseason, it should be this team. Yeah.
B-Town KJ, thank you, says, just walked outside the base of my Padres gear. That's right, because he's in Korea. So cool. And had 4 different people yell out, Go Padres, LFGSD. How cool is that? Thank you for your service. And thank you for hanging out with us halfway around the world as the Padres are heading to the National League Championship Series. How cool is that? That's the power of what all of us do, right? Radio, YouTube, all this stuff. Communication, right? Love it. Absolutely love it.
Dude, it's fucking nuts. Do you want to hear from there's a lot of stuff happening. Ben, so what's your plan right now? What's your plan?
Ben, you don't have to hang out. You can roll.
You can leave if you want, but what's your plan for the NLCS? Game 1?
You going to Philly?
You going to Philly?
I don't know about that. We'll see. But no, definitely going to all the games at home. Yeah. It's going to be the hottest ticket. I mean, the Dodger series, obviously those were really, really hot tickets, but NLCS, I mean, Bryce Harper, he's going for his first World Series against the Padres.
Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Blake Snell. There's so much.
Manny, the Nola brothers. I mean, imagine what their parents are going through right now.
Oh, God.
But they're lucky because they got a guaranteed son in the World Series.
Right.
Yep.
And
crazy.
You'll take that, right?
Yeah. If I was their parents, I'd take that.
I got a 3-year-old that likes Matchbox cars. They got 2 kids that are in the World Series. Let me get to this from Juan. Juan says 7 games in 8 days, advantage San Diego starters, 4 versus 2 LFGSD. Like, is it 4? Like, when you think about San Diego starting pitching, I kind of think about 3. I mean, who's our 4th?
Manaya,
right? Yeah.
Like, I don't think
Clev maybe if it's not against the Dodgers, but I don't know.
Right. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, we've definitely got 3. 4 is a little bit of a stretch. But we'll see how it plays out. Jared, what's going on, man? He says Musgrove line was only off by 1 run. Yeah, I think he said 6 innings, 1 run, and he went 6 innings, 2 runs. We talked about it earlier, Ben. Like Musgrove was flat out good. Now, again, if they lose this game, you're like, man, that sucks. Like, this is the storybook night. Musgrove was really good, but had a couple of just like the Freeman ball was not some well-tagged ball. It was just a well-placed ball, and that's baseball. And that can happen. And I'm like, man, if that doesn't, man, that sucks. But Musgrove threw really well tonight.
He was probably more mad about the Mookie Betts walk. He walked Betts, right? That's who ended up scoring one of those 2 runs on the single. Yeah. He's probably mad about that more than the Freeman ground ball to, down the line.
Did we even talk about it, Jim? That again, they won, so who cares? But I mean, you could argue pitching to Freeman in that spot. There's only 1 out, so I understand not just putting him on because you could be asking for trouble. But it seems like a dangerous spot to pitch to a guy that is just such a good hitter.
I mean, personally, I would never pitch to Freeman. Doesn't matter now because Dodgers are going home. But I don't know. It would have been too risky to walk him there. It would have been too risky with only 1 out. If there's 2 outs, obviously you walk him. But with 1 out to get the bases loaded, I wouldn't have done it. I think Musgrove made a good pitch, and it just went past. It was a 45 hopper past Will. Like that. It wasn't a rocket off the bat. It just was. It caught the line, and it was a fair ball.
I mean, a little bit like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the exit velocity on the Kim ball. A little bit like the Kim ball. Perfectly played. And that's baseball. I mean, it's so funny the narratives we derive, right? Like say Musgrove today loses this game and the Padres lose the series. Like, Musgrove wasn't good in Game 4. What do you mean?
It was fucking great.
A ball gets hit. Sometimes it finds a hole. Seasons are won and lost as a result. Okay, that's baseball. I mean, that's why we love this damn sport. You could hit a ball 200 miles an hour, like Soto's done a couple of times. You know what I mean? 110, and it's into someone's glove. Or you can just hit a chopper up the third base side that goes 19 feet and it can win a game. I mean, that's just it's not basketball. It's not football. Like, it's just a different sport.
I was so happy for Soto, by the way, because that was the 5th inning liner right to Freeman.
He smoked that
rocket. He comes through there in that 7th inning with another liner that gets down. I mean, that was amazing to see.
Oh God! I mean, when he hit that ball, you knew, and Soto
had to be a hit.
It had to be a hit. Like, it had to be a hit.
He
had to come through.
I'm like, that's over the shift and in front of the right fielder. Echo Base, thank you, says, will the Mets and Dodgers, possibly Yankees, cry about the time off they had during the wild card series? And
who fucking cares?
The answer is yes. The answer is
cry.
Yes.
I mean, Brian Snitker with the Braves was crying about it in the middle of their series. He was like, I don't think we needed 5 days off. That's what you got because you won your division. Maybe play better.
Literally cry harder.
Play worse. Jake says, thank you, Jake. He says, haven't seen any of the game yet. That's crazy. I listened to the whole game with Jesse and Tony on radio, then came straight over here with you guys watching replay now. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great.
Watch it back, honestly. I'm sure, Ben, you might. Jim, you might.
Ben, so here's what I did. So I sat, obviously I was in the press box, Ben, and I was sitting next to Marty and scanned the whole game. And I'm a superstitious guy. And so they did jack shit with me sitting there. And I got up in the 7th inning and I listened to the game in the press box bathroom in the 7th inning for at least for two of those runs. And I'm like, dude, I can't leave. And then I walked out and I saw Soto get that hit and I stayed there and saw Cronenworth. But I couldn't, dude. I had to get up. I had to like move around. So I'm going to use that as the rally bathroom break.
You got to watch game 1 in the bathroom, the entire game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll watch every game in the bathroom if it means they win.
Dude, how about this for a way to acquire viewers and listeners and supporters? Jorge says, first time I stumbled on your show was the Ohtani rant, and I've stayed a fan since. I got to be at the World Series in 1998, and honestly, this year, regardless of how it ends, feels the same. LFGSD. This is how you acquire viewers and listeners, Jim.
Yeah, just talk shit about one of the best players in baseball. It's fine.
Yeah, or you could do what Jim did, and you could say, after Manny said, I'm Manny F. Machado, why would I be concerned? Call him out on social media. From that point on, he's like the greatest player in the history of the sport.
I said he needed to be Manny fucking Machado, and he's been Manny fucking Machado. Okay? Yeah. He's been amazing. I think that Manny has a picture of that tweet in his locker in the clubhouse, and I think he uses that as motivation. And you're welcome, everybody.
Well, I mean, Big Poppy saying about the Dodgers being the Padres' daddy, and Manny immediately after Game 2 just dials Poppy up and is like, "Now what?"
Did you, Ben? By the way, I know you probably there's a million things you haven't seen, but you have to find, if you haven't seen it already, Manny on FS1 with Matt Vasgersian after the game.
I did see that. Yeah, I saw that.
He's like,
It was
"This fucker
crazy.
go." He's like,
It was
drunk.
crazy. Why
Dude.
was Matt on the FS1?
I don't know.
I didn't even know that he. What the?
I don't know. He
By
does
the way,
I don't know.
I'm looking. David Vassay has not tweeted since.
Oh no.
He tweeted rough start for the home plate umpire. Then he said Petco Park suddenly silent, and they said Petco Park is alive again, and that's the last time he tweeted 3 hours ago. You hate to see it, and by the way, I love to see it.
I'm gonna tweet him right now. Already.
What's that?
I'm tweeting Dave Vassay. I'm saying, "Hey Dave, are you okay?"
No, just be like, "Hey Dave, did you see the series?" I don't know. Yeah, be like, "No, why are you even asking if he's okay? He's probably not."
Did you see that one guy that is gonna get Manny's initials tattooed on his ass?
Oh, fuck that guy, Dave Clark. He's a bitch, dude. Fuck him. He can go eat shit for all I care. Like he's the fucking biggest piece of shit fraud I've ever heard of in my entire life. Dan Clark, Dave Clark. I don't know what the fucking guy is, but he is the biggest fraud on the entire planet. As far as I'm concerned, he can go eat the biggest pile of shit ever. And I hope someone clips that and sends it to him and tags him. Fuck you.
Please. That would really be a memorable ending to this night.
Literally, go eat shit, Dan Clark, or whatever your name is.
Running back says, LFG boys celebrating at the tavern, listening to a sweet cover band get down. Drink up. Petco was rocking. Thank you. Run it back. Ben, you could. By the way, do you want to hang or do you want to roll?
No, I can hang. I'm good.
Okay, you can hang for 15.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing my episode live reaction afterwards, so I'm hanging here.
Live reaction. It'll be like 3 days later by the time
reaction. Yeah, my reaction 10 hours after the game ended.
I'm reacting to
2:30 a.m.
Here's my reaction. Everyone's like dead.
Yeah.
Everyone's literally like drunk on the floor in the corner, just like gargling. It's like, what the fuck? And it's like, by the way, Ben's reaction's up. Huh, what?
Jared says job's not finished, and it's not. You're 100% right. Has anyone seen this? I just see this in the chat. Ben, have you seen the Fangraph playoff odds now that they're in the NLCS? I mean, do we know where the Padres are in terms of plus this? Or I have no clue. But they got to be good. They got to be decent here.
I assume they're the favorites to definitely win this National League Series. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be. I think there'll be slight favorites to win the NLCS. I don't think they'll be overwhelming favorites. I think they'll be favorites. And then they would be a dog against Houston, clearly. Cleveland, they wouldn't be a dog. They'd probably be a slight favorite. And against the Yankees, they'd be a dog. Let's see here. Back to Jared. It says, Dodgers lost when they wasted Urias versus Clevenger. No, I don't think so. Here's why, Jared. You say it's Urias on full rest for Game 5. Now, I get it. It doesn't go 5, but I think you have to put yourself in that position.
And when you're on all that rest, you're pitching your ace Game 1. They won that game.
Yeah, good point.
Also, too, and that's a good point by Jared. Like, you had the Dodgers. You pitch Urias Game 1. I mean, you have to pitch your ace Game 1, but I think you can make a case that the Gonsolin move Game 3 was maybe not the right move. And then you also look at Game 4 tonight and taking out Tyler Anderson at 85 pitches. Are you kidding me? This fucking team could not hit this guy. Like Ben, Tyler Anderson was like the greatest pitcher ever tonight, right?
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
There was no chance.
It's not just tonight. It's every night.
Yeah, Tyler Anderson had a 1.55 ERA versus the Padres this year.
Like 5 appearances.
It was just they could not hit him. So taking him out after 85 pitches was a fucking stupid ass move. And I even saw Fangraphs from Kyle Glazer saying that actually Tyler Anderson, when he faces the lineup a third time, is actually really fucking good.
Yeah, they overthought it. Completely overthought it.
Dave Roberts, man, fucking just fraud.
Whenever Dave Roberts is managing, you have a chance to win.
Yep,
At least in the postseason.
He's the type of manager
Right.
that overthinks everything. And we criticize Bob Melvin this postseason for maybe leaving guys in too long. And I still stick with the Clevenger thing, and
I think he stuck with Darvish too long in game 2.
Yeah, but they won, so
exactly.
it worked out.
Yeah.
But the Dave Roberts stuff, man, like shit. The times that he has really fucked his team, and you're like, what? Like the moves he made are very head scratching.
By the way, kind of on cue, Jared, we mentioned this earlier, his Musgrove line, but on cue here, Ronald saying Dave Roberts playing MLB The Show with that change. I think he's talking about going from Amante to Vesia or Tyler Anderson. Just outthinking the room.
Yeah,
You
yep.
specifically
0-1
asked about
count. It's
Verducci
an 0 count.
too.
0-1 or
Verducci
1-0
asked him
count.
about that. Yeah, that made
1-0
no sense.
count, and you're going to another pitcher. I don't understand that. Like,
It's a stupid move, but guess what? It worked out beautifully.
Worked out great.
Worked out beautifully. Good job, guys. Good job, Dave Roberts.
Am I caught up after hours of doing this
I think so.
with the Supers?
Holy shit, man.
Did we make it? Did we make it? Holy shit. What a night. I cannot wait for next week. Ben, I mean, it's going to be I don't even know what we're doing, Jim. I mean, we better be broadcasting from everywhere.
Well, here's the thing.
For every game.
Here's the thing, though, is that, at least we have tomorrow to plan this whole thing out.
True.
Ben, if we're out somewhere, if we're at the Blind Burrow, Bren, you're stopping by the way. Thanks for stopping by Friday.
Definitely. Well, I'm waiting in line.
Friday.
I'm waiting in line, Jim.
Okay.
And because there's people, there were literally like 20, 25 people in front of me when I got there an hour before the season ticket line opened, which is 2.5 hours before the game.
Holy shit.
Or 2.5 hours is when
That's
you
crazy.
enter. So I was there 3.5 hours before, and there were people in line.
Wow. Crazy. Fucking crazy, man.
Craziness.
It's gonna be nuts. We'll be there, by the way, Ben. We don't know the times of this. Have you seen start times, or are they waiting?
I'm telling you right now. I'll tell you the start times. Okay, this is for my. Here's a guarantee.
5:30 or 6.
Game one's at night. It's either 4:37 or 5:07. I don't know what Major League Baseball has done with the championship series recently. Did they move them up 30 minutes? Because people freaked out about start times. They did that with the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So it's either, 4:37 or 5:07 or in that range, give or take a few minutes. But then game 2, I wouldn't be shocked if it was earlier because it's game 1 of the ALCS. And I wonder if they put game 1 of ALCS at night and put game 2 of the NLCS during the day.
Yeah, game 1. Yeah, game 1's probably, the 5:30 range. And then game 2, that'll be the night game because it's Astros and either the Guardians or the Yankees. So they're going to put that earlier.
You think Astros? You're saying Astros Yankees would be earlier, or Padres Phillies?
No, I'm thinking the Yankees would be the earlier game.
No chance. Game 1 of the ALCS, Yankees.
Yeah, they wouldn't put the Yankees at what 9:30 at night.
They put the Yankees at like 8:00 Eastern, and they put like the Padres at like 1:00 Eastern. I guess you can't if it's in San Diego. That's a good
San
point.
Diego, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Well, couldn't you put it like 4:00 Eastern, which is 1:00 Pacific?
I guess, but I don't know.
We'll find out tomorrow. Would be my guess. But I wouldn't be. Here's my point: is this? I don't think all 7 NLCS games will be at night. See what I'm saying? Because the ALCS is going on at the same time.
I think a couple CS games will be during the day.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. Matthew, thank you. Says all the Padres fans around me were wondering why they were pulling Anderson out for relief pitching. We were like, thanks. Yeah, I mean, everyone felt that. Everyone felt that.
It was a move that, thank God that Dave Roberts did it because he was unhittable tonight.
He was really good. He was.
That worst postseason pitching staff. The 12th rank.
They've been pretty bad.
Dodgers, pretty good.
Yeah. If
to
I would have
100
ranked
plus
them lower if I
teams.
could.
I would have put 14.
Yeah, I would have been 14 out of 12 teams.
Yeah, because this bullpen's so susceptible. I mean, Suarez is really
Not good.
Steven
Not
Wilson sucked, man.
Yeah,
Hader has
he
a
allowed-
fu-
terrible.
And Steven
Terrible.
Wilson allowed a whole 1 run. I mean, I think they allowed 1 whole run.
Yeah.
This series. That's
I mean,
a lot of runs.
Josh Hader in the regular season had a 5+ ERA. Guy
Yeah,
fucking
it
sucks.
sucks.
It's horrible.
5 ERAs suck.
What a crappy trade by Preller.
Yeah, horrible
They're
trade.
so dumb.
Loser.
Okay, so Fran's sharing this. Fangraph's current World Series odds. I'm assuming this to win it all. Or I don't even know. Houston 36%, Padres 27%, Philly 24%. Does that add up to? Oh, and then the other teams, Cleveland and New York, maybe.
I have to
Are we
show
saying
you
the
guys
Padres
this.
the second best chance of winning the World Series right now? I'll take that. Yeah, what do you got?
All right, hold on.
I don't care about odds, to be honest.
I know. I like it. I mean, it's just whatever. It's just something to talk about.
Because
Will Myers is at a
happened with the
random
Dodgers
bar
series.
right now.
True. Is he really?
Will Myers is at a bar.
Oh, Will.
Is this Brian Burrow?
It is.
It is, isn't it? That's amazing.
Holy
That's
shit.
amazing. That is amazing.
Dude.
Dude,
Fucking
what a year
epic.
this guy's had. Avoided the trade deadline trade.
And he's had like the worst fucking postseason ever.
Whatever. But he's just soaking it all up.
He's like, I'm 2 for 23. Let's fucking go.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I struck out
doesn't
on ball
matter.
4 tonight in a fucking huge situation, but let's fucking
In
go.
the 6th inning, I thought that was going to be his spot, man. I thought
I
that was going to
know.
be his spot. But whatever. They won. It's all good.
They're taking turns. They're taking turns with moments. Soto
Mhm.
had his moment tonight.
Yeah.
Crony had his moment.
It's a great point.
Grish has had his moments. Nola even has had his moments.
Yeah.
They're taking turns.
Yeah, I like that. E-Racing with Dale, thank you, says got all 4 games for NLCS. It would be 1 and 2, 6 and 7, 2-3-2 format. If it goes 7, 6 and 7 are here. Man, 24 years since the Padres have played in this round.
Ben, can you?
Amazing.
I mean, how is your?
I was -5 years old. I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
That was a fun year. You should have been alive
You
for
should have
that.
been alive.
How are you like handling postseason baseball for the first time? Like the stress of these games, because there's still 8 more wins to be had here. Like, how are you handling the stress of this all? Because every game just takes years off your life, right?
It's what it feels like. It is so much different. I mean, today and yesterday, usually
Sunday
during
night,
a game, you're
Wednesday
sitting
night.
there and it's kind of calm, casual conversations. That's not at all. I mean, every pitch. I mean, my legs when I got home, my legs were tired just walking to the door. I mean, you're standing there the whole night, the whole game, chanting, cheering. I mean, Beat LA probably said that hundreds of times these last couple days.
Mm-hmm.
It's just totally different. When Will strikes out there in whatever inning that was, it just feels like, okay, they're not winning this game. It just every at bat, like, kind of tilts whatever you're thinking. Like, whatever happens most recently, all right, that's the best thing ever. If Crony didn't come through there, it would have been like, oh no, well, maybe the Dodgers have the momentum here because it's a tie game still, and now they get to go hit. It's the best type of baseball. Seeing Petco packed and seeing the balconies beyond Petco packed, but yeah, it's super stressful. I'll tell you that.
Right. It's like one of those things where, like, you can't even fully enjoy it in the moment because of how stressed you are. Like, obviously the Cronenworth thing, like the euphoria of it happening.
I can say that yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday, I mean, I said it last night. I mean, looking back on it, I probably should have smiled more. But I was just so wrapped up in each pitch in that moment. And it was just nerve-wracking the whole time. It was the same thing tonight, but I made sure to enjoy, those moments more instead of thinking, oh, well, we got to preserve this lead, or, you just enjoy what's happening right then and there.
Don't enjoy it. Be a man.
Leave early, be a man.
Yeah, no, pace and, like, have your heart jump out of your chest. But no, we did say that earlier. Like, man, take this all in. None of this is guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed in the future, even Tuesday night. But what has happened, and the Padres just beat the Dodgers in the NLDS. Let me run through these final handful of supers, guys. If anyone's been here for all 2.5 hours, other than me, thank you. E-Racing with Dale says, was there tonight with my son. Amazing. What an experience that had to be.
That's awesome.
With your son. SoCal Mike says, LFGSD. Mike, we do appreciate your support. Franz, you didn't need to weigh in with the super. I saw that. He's got Houston with the best percentage chance to win the World Series right now, followed by the Padres. Ben, you make a good point. The percentages would have said the Dodgers would have beaten the Padres, but that's not what happened. But, whatever. Yep. So thank you, Franz. Jake, thank you. He says Roberts pulling Anderson equals Cash pulling Snell. Not as egregious, probably, because nobody knows who Tyler Anderson is. But if you're watching, it's pretty egregious. Be my guess.
Yeah, I mean, the World Series. I mean, that's obviously the bigger stage.
Yep.
But yeah, Anderson, he was pitching really, really well.
Gamer says, grew up a Friar, but I haven't followed since the
Giles
PV era.
Giles.
Yeah, it's Giles spelled that way. Giles Green PV era. We stopped playing ball, but now LFGSD, we're playing baseball again. Dude, it's incredible. Hopefully the beginning of something really special. Not just here in 2022, but moving forward as well. Ben, I'm going to let you get out of here because I got some stuff to take care of just to wrap up on the wrap-up show.
Who's Ben?
We'll see you. We'll see you this week. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Later,
Go
man.
do your reaction 10 hours after the game.
Go Pods. Yeah. Go do a reaction at 2 a.m.
All right. Thank you, Ben Fadden, Talking Friars. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Find him on social media at Talking Friars. Okay. We haven't even mentioned, and I'd like to mention right now, Omar Sanchez, and thank him for support of this channel over the course of the season. Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. He's a huge Padres fan. He went to San Diego State. He's a native San Diegan, and he can help you with your mortgage needs. If you are a Padre fan, you can check out his brand new website, loansbyomar.com. You can scan the QR code as well, or you can text Omar at 619-387-7798. That is 619-387-7798. He's your San Diego native mortgage broker, and if you're looking to buy your dream home or refinance and consolidate debt, make sure to get in contact with Omar Sanchez. Check out his brand new website as well, loansbyomar.com, loansbyomar.com. He's got all the resources you need for first-time home buyers if you're interested in refinancing as well. I also, Jim, want to thank Eric Lanier. And if you ever want to just listen to the wrap-up show and not watch the wrap-up show because you're driving or you're working out or you're on the run or you don't have a couple hours to kill, make sure to check us out. We're the official podcast of FriersOnBase.com. We're presented by Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. Again, Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. And here's the thing with Eric. He is also a huge Padres fan and a San Diegan, and he founded Higher Impact Financial. And if you're wondering if you're financially strong enough to leave your corporate job and start your own business venture, or if you're tired of being surprised by how many taxes you owe every year, get in contact with Eric. He can help make sure your family's protected by helping you get a trust established as well. First handful of Padres fans that call to get a trust done with Eric's firm are going to get $200 off. Call him at 951-383-3033. That's 951-383-3033. He's there to talk to you about the Padres as well. Just give him a call. And like we always tell you, advisory services are offered through WealthTech Partners, a registered investment advisor that only conducts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded from registration requirements. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investing involves risk and possible loss of principal capital. What a night.
What the fuck just happened?
What a night.
What the fuck just happened?
People, you're still here.
What happened?
Amazing. Amazing.
Fuck.
How mad were
NLCS
you?
game 1 Tuesday.
Dude, I know. God.
What the fuck?
I know. You know what I would actually do? We're gonna have to talk about. Yeah, we got some things to talk about.
We have a lot of things to talk about.
A lot of things to talk about.
Yep.
Kind of inside baseball that we'll talk to you guys about coming up next week. All right, we'll be back with you. Who knows? On Monday, definitely. We'll be back with you Monday.
Morning weight room.
Weight room, right? We'll do weight room Monday morning. We'll We'll get you ready at some point Monday for the NLCS, of course, and look back on the weekend. Padres, Dodgers.
We have to talk about the big
Phillies.
Tennessee win tonight over Alabama.
Yeah, it was actually a great game. I don't know if you know that,
it was.
but
I know it was.
amazing.
I know.
Amazing game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be all over that. We cover Tennessee like nobody does in San Diego. Okay. If you've been with us, if you're here live or on replay, got to subscribe, please. If you're a Padres fan, got to subscribe. Subscribe, smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We appreciate the memberships. Just click join if you want to become a member. Thank you so much for the supers throughout the course of tonight and throughout the course of the season. Please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Renter's Life, Earthquake Insurance. Contact Mark. Congratulate Mark as a lifelong Padre fan on what happened here tonight. Get in contact with him on Monday. Thank you, Will at Aura. He is offering 30% off to first-time buyers at Aura, ORA.organic. And thank you, Omar Sanchez, loansbyomar.com. And thank you, Eric Lanier, if you have financial needs. Eric Lanier, higherimpactfinancial.com.
Nothing
All right,
else to
with
say.
that,
This was the most legendary night in the history of the wrap-up show.
yes.
And thank you, everybody that watches. We love you. Let's fucking go San Diego. We'll be back Tuesday night, game 1, NLCS at Petco Park.
This is great.
Well,
Fucking
let's
5 in the
go.
morning out east.
It's fucking
Okay.
crazy.
Hey, listen. We're just getting started, hopefully.
Job's not finished. Job's not
Job's
finished.
not finished. Good night. Sad Fryer, good night. And we'll leave you with that. Well said, SoCal Mike. See you guys Monday morning.
Fuck the Dodgers.